The Everett difference means we treat
Friday Night Football greetings from the Jim Landers broadcast booth at the Palace in Benton, Arkansas on a beautiful October evening. It is time for Benton Fighting Panther football. Tonight is homecoming. Ava Akery will be crowned homecoming queen. The class of 1975 is here tonight celebrating their 50th reunion. And oh yeah, by the way, we've got a really big, pivotal midseason Class 6A East matchup as our Benton Panthers host the upstart Sylvan Hills Bears. The Panthers opened conference play at Jonesboro last Friday and won convincingly over a good Hurricane team, 55-24. The Bears suffered their first loss of the season last Friday, falling at home to Marion 46-43. Both teams come into tonight's game 3-1 overall, and tonight's outcome will have major implications 5 weeks from now when the playoff seedings are set. I'm Jim Gardner, very grateful to be back with you this week after missing last week due to a nasty bout of food poisoning. But thanks to God and a Zofran IV from Westside Wellness, and yes, Westside Wellness is going to get a lot of advertising the rest of the season because Whitney Flowers and her mom, Christy, were so very good to me last Friday. I am back, and I am forever grateful to my partners, Terry Benham, Justin Ray, and Dio Vanucci, for an A-plus job last week, and to every Panther fan, and there were so many of you that sent me well wishes and text messages. I appreciate you very much for your encouragement and your kindness. Guys, it is good to be back together, and I give you guys an A-plus, Dio, for last week. Y'all absolutely did a phenomenal job.
Well, we appreciate that. I mean, I don't think we necessarily feel like it was an A-plus job. We are certainly glad that you're back. You know what we're thankful for? We're thankful for a dominating Panther win, because I'm going to tell you right now, that wouldn't have been a fun game to do without you and without a victory. So I'm happy we walked out of there with a much bigger victory than we saw in 2016, even though that was pretty exciting.
Yes.
So, yeah.
Yep.
Great. Glad to have you back, though.
Terry, great job. First night of play-by-play.
Yeah, I will tell you that your job security has never been stronger
Come on.
this week. But we had a few fumbles, but we didn't get ourselves beat. And,
yes.
Man, what a show that the Panther offense put on last week. We'll talk about just a little bit, but 527 total yards and, a lights-out performance by our quarterback, Drew Davis.
Yep, 446 total yards, 6 touchdowns for Drew. Named the What a Burger, What a Player on Channel 11. Wednesday night for his efforts. So tonight's broadcast of Benton Fighting Panther football is presented by Everett Buick GMC, and we appreciate Dwight and Susie and Chad and all the team over there. Got to visit with them this week, and they are the presenting sponsor of our broadcast each week. Panther football is also sponsored by Lost Pizza, Legends MVP, Hamilton Family Dentistry, Merchants and Farmers Bank, Jones Heating and Air, Alcoa Community Federal Credit Union, Midtown Mechanical, Neo Home Loans, Black Corley Owens and Hughes, Solux Aesthetics, the City of Benton, Elliott Electrical, Truman Ball Real Estate, Lane's Chicken Fingers, Allied Glass, First Security Bank, Riverside Grocery and Catering, and Rick and Steph and crew fed the team today, and Brad said they set a record for feeding the team in rapid speed. Got them through in 10 minutes. It's amazing. Jones Heating and Air, ACDI, True Gentleman, and True Boutique. And Allison's got a busy weekend with homecoming, outfitting the boys. Congo Fireplace and Patio, Edward Jones agent Caitlin King, and again, 5-star sponsor, Westside Wellness. This evening's Everett Buick GMC Panther pregame show is going to keep with tradition as we go inside the stadium tonight for the introduction of our homecoming queen this year, Ava Akery, and her court. So now we're going to turn it over to the voice and new dad.
Welcome to the 2025 Benton High
Actually, we've got the student council president, inside the stadium for homecoming.
I am proud to present your 2025 homecoming royalty. Please direct your attention to the 50-yard line. Representing the sophomore class, sophomore maid, Ansley Golden. Ansley is the daughter of Mr. and Mrs. Grant Golden. She is being escorted by her father, Mr. Grant Golden. At Benton High School, Ansley is a member of the Benton High School cheer team. She is also a member of First Baptist Church. Sophomore maid, Ansley Golden. Sophomore maid, Bella McCutcheon. Bella is the daughter of Mr. and Mrs. Jeremy McCutcheon.
The girls are just with Renee.
She is being escorted by her father, Mr. Jeremy McCutcheon. At Benton High School, Bella is a member of the Benton High School Lady Panther basketball team. She is also a member of First Baptist Church Bryant. Sophomore maid, Bella McCutcheon. Representing the junior class, junior maid, Aubrey Barlow. Aubrey is the daughter of Mr. and Mrs. Chris Barlow. She is being escorted by her father, Mr. Chris Barlow. At Benton High School, Aubrey is a member of the Lady Panther basketball team, Sending Sunshine, and Fellowship of Christian Athletes. She is also a member of New Life Church Saline County, Pure Energy Youth Choir, and Junior Auxiliary Crown Club. Junior maid, Aubrey Barlow.
What do you think, Jim?
Junior maid, Aniston Kurosaki.
Not too hot at this point. No, it shouldn't be hot at all. Yes, sir. Downstairs, go downstairs. Yeah, just walk down just walk right down the stairs and there's a media area right there.
Aniston is the daughter of Mr. and Mrs. Drew Kurosaki. She is being escorted by her father, Mr. Drew Kurosaki. At Benton High School, Aniston is a member of the Benton High School tennis team, Unified Panthers, and Fellowship of Christian Athletes. She is also a member of First Baptist Church. Junior maid, Aniston Kurosaki. Junior maid, Amani Payne.
I will.
Amani is the daughter of Mr. and Mrs. Mario Bradley and the late Mr. Lorenzo Payne. She is being escorted by her stepfather, Mr. Mario Bradley. At Benton High School, Amani is a member of the Medical Professionals Club. She is also a member of First Baptist Church and Pure Energy Youth Choir. Junior maid, Amani Payne. Representing the senior class, senior maid, Caroline Carroza. Caroline is the daughter of Mr. and Mrs. Tony Carrozza. She is being escorted by her father, Mr. Tony Carrozza. At Benton High School, Caroline is a member of the Benton High School track team. She is also a member of BHS Serve, Fellowship of Christian Athletes leadership team, and the BHS yearbook. She is a member of First Baptist Church, where she is the 2026 Vice President of Pure Energy Youth Choir. Senior maid, Caroline Carrozza. Senior maid, Presley Gentry. Presley is the daughter of Mr. and Mrs. Jason Gentry. She is being escorted by her father, Mr. Jason Gentry. At Benton High School, Presley is a member of the Fellowship of Christian Athletes, FCCLA, and BHS Serve. She is also a member of First Baptist Church and Pure Energy Youth Choir. Senior maid, Presley Gentry. Senior maid, Kate Knight. I don't know what it stands for. Kate is the daughter of Dr. and Mrs. Jonathan Knight. She is being escorted by her father, Dr. Jonathan Knight. At Benton High School, Kate is a member of the Benton High School soccer and cross-country teams. Kate is also a member of the Fellowship of Christian Athletes, FCCLA, Sending Sunshine, and Medical Professionals Club. Senior maid, Kate Knight. Senior maid, Harley McGee. Harley is raised by Mr. and Mrs. Jeff Johnson and is the daughter of Mr. Shane McGee and Miss Brittany Smith. She is being escorted by her father, Mr. Shane McGee. At Benton High School, Harley is a member of the Fellowship of Christian Athletes and the BHS yearbook staff. She is also a member of First Baptist Church and the Pure Energy Youth Choir. Senior maid, Harley McGee. And now, would you please stand as we honor the 2025 Benton High School Homecoming Queen, Ava Akery. Ava is the daughter of Mr. and Mrs. Lance Akery. She is being escorted by her father, Mr. Lance Akery. At Benton High School, Ava is a member of the Benton High School Pep Steppers and the Vice President of Student Council. She is also a member of the Fellowship of Christian Athletes, Outdoors Club, BHS Serve, and the Medical Professionals Club. Ava is also a member of Holland Chapel Baptist Church. Ava will be presented with the traditional robe by her mother, Mrs. Lance Akery. And now she will be crowned by her father, Mr. Lance Akery. Ladies and gentlemen, your 2025 Benton High School Homecoming Queen, Ava Akery, and her court.
Homecoming queen Ava Akery and her court introduced here on the turf of the Palace for Homecoming 2025. Congratulations to all those young ladies on their selection as the homecoming court and queen for Benton High School. Before we go to our first break, I want to put up on the screen for you, that is Ellis Christopher Woolbright, born on September 28th to Mason and Holly. And we were just talking, Terry, about some of these young ladies walking across that we've known since they were toddlers. It's hard to believe Mason is a dad.
I know, man. I know.
But, man, are we excited for them. God has given a beautiful baby boy to Mason and Holly, and they are going to be wonderful parents.
What a precious child.
Congratulations, Mason, Holly, on your gift from God, and Noah Ellis is going to be the luckiest little boy in Benton in the future to have y'all as his mom and dad. We'll take a break. When we come back, you're going to hear Brad Harris's thoughts on tonight's ball game between the Benton Panthers and Sylvan Hills Bears on the Everett Buick GMC Panther pregame show.
The Everett difference means we treat everyone with respect and honesty. Our customers know firsthand how that feels.
You are their main focus.
They're all working toward the same common goal, which is providing exceptional customer experience.
Everett has earned our trust.
Everett always gives me the best deal. Always.
Everett made it happen.
That's the only place we will ever buy a car from, ever.
We are grateful for the opportunity to serve. Discover the Everett difference for yourself.
Panther fans, it's hard to beat Friday Night Football in Benton, Arkansas. Each year, our players, coaches, cheerleaders, dance team, and band work countless hours to achieve perfection on the field and become the pride of our hometown. My name is Brian Black, class of '89, and for many years, our team at BCOH Architects has worked hard to make you proud of the town we live in. ACDI, the River Center, Boys and Girls Club, and Benton Event Center are some of our favorite projects. We want to make Benton shine, and we look forward to many more years serving you. Go Panthers!
Hi, I'm Miranda Kirkendall, owner and advanced nurse injector here at Solux Aesthetics in the heart of downtown Benton. I've had the pleasure of serving our community for the last 4 years. At Solux, it's not about changing who you are, it's about making you feel comfortable and confident in your own skin with the results that look natural and true to you. Whether it's Botox, filler, or skin treatment, I focus on results that look fresh, natural, and unique. I'd love for you to stop by and see me at 149 South Market Street or give me a call at 501-249-4177.
Elliott Electrical Incorporated is a proud supporter of Benton Panther football, owned and operated by proud residents of Saline County. Elliott Electrical Incorporated is licensed in 16 states and counting, specializing in new commercial electrical contracting. We bring decades of experience and dedication that has allowed us to serve many communities for over 40 years. Go Panthers!
So as we turn the page to homecoming Friday night and the Sylvan Hills Bears, there's a new sheriff at Sylvan Hills, right. Mark Kelly. We unfortunately remember him from a state championship game in 2019.
Right.
A lot of the same players, but a different edge about Sylvan Hills this year.
For sure. If you came to the JV game last night, we played Sylvan Hills, and if you didn't notice it, you wasn't watching real close. Definitely a different mentality, and that happens sometimes. I told the guys today, when I moved to Lincoln, they were on a 29-game losing streak, and when somebody comes in with fresh ideas, new energy, it changes and bleeds over, into a team. And that's definitely happened now, and they have a lot more juice to them, a lot more enthusiasm. They're very chippy, and they got after us last night, and we still won 31-20, but they got after us. It wasn't the same team that we played last year in a JV or at a varsity or anything like that. But definitely you're going to see a team that plays with some energy. They believe they can win right now. They've scored more points through 3 games this year than they scored all of last year. Mm-hmm. Okay, so they're putting some points up. Defensively, they got some good-looking guys, man. They got some athletes on defense that run the football pretty good. We're hoping we can continue to mess with their eyes a lot with our motions and shifts and things we do offensively. But they looked the part, just like the other 4 teams we played, They're gonna have to play well, just like we're gonna have to play well, though. But expect a totally different atmosphere than you've seen the last 2 years. We won 49-0 and I think 48-7.
Yeah.
That I don't expect that to happen Friday night. If it happens, it happens. But don't anticipate that happening. I think it's going to be a ball game. I think it's going to be back and forth. A team that's 3-1 that just got beat 46-43 by Marion, who a lot of people picked Marion to win our conference, and they played right there with them.
So their quarterback is the centerpiece of their offense, Tyler Hampton. Like Drew, a 3-year starter. We've seen him the last 2 years, but he's really the engine that makes them go.
For sure. He's been a 3-year starter and hasn't had a lot of success as far as wins and losses. But let me tell you something, he's a guy. He's their centerpiece, and we've got to ID where he's at all times. And, you think, well, you know where the quarterback is. Well, you better know where he's at in the passing game because he's going to go use his legs and be very dynamic. He's done that for 2 years. He throws the ball from different arm slots, which can be a good thing and can be a bad thing at times. He can throw on the run really well. So everything they do runs through him. And the system that Coach Kelly's running, he's hurry up, no huddle, tempo type run games. He's a QB run guy. He was the state's player of the week at the Little Rock Touchdown Club a few weeks ago. Put up numbers very similar to what Drew did this past week. So he's a very talented kid. He's about 6'1", 200 pounds. So he's a big-bodied quarterback that can run with the football and throw it.
Mm-hmm. Defensively, we finally see a different alignment.
We do.
They're going to run a 4-2-5.
Right.
What is some of the uniquenesses of that defense compared to the 4-3 that we've seen every week?
Well, I think a lot of things that you're going to see coverage-wise are going to be similar. They're still going to spin to some cover 3 looks, but their alignment's going to be just a little bit different. A lot of times they're going to try to keep a 4-2 box, 6-man box, and try to take run game away from you. They're going to leave an overhang linebacker, very similar to some things that we do. If you look at our defensive fronts, we're either a 3-3 or we're a 4-2 look, and we've got that 5th guy that's always overhanging out there, that 6th guy, I should say, kind of a 5 DB type look. And that outside linebacker that they utilize is kind of like a nickel guy. You're going to line him up in different places to adjust to coverages depending on what you do. And that's what we've seen so far out of him. They will get in some looks like maybe some more traditional 4-3 looks occasionally, but I think they're based more out of 4-2-5 look. And they're playing some zone on one side, man on one side, like a match coverage like we do. So our guys have seen it, but it's been different. For 4 weeks, we've seen a 4-3 cover 3 base team mixing in a lot of man at times. So, it's going to be a little bit different. They're a little bit more chaotic with their alignments. They're going to line up in different places in the box with their defensive line, and linebackers kind of move them and shift them a lot. Like I said, very similar to some things that we've done. Probably not quite as much movement as what we give you, but different. So our guys are going to have to do a really good job. Our offensive line is going to be key this week. ID in the box. We tell them all the time, you got to have your eyes up. You got to ID the box. What does the box look like? Where do we carry our combos to? Who are we going to in pass pro? Things like that. So it's going to be different this week for those guys. They're not going to be right where they were the last 4 weeks a lot of times. But we like that matchup. They're not quite as big as the 4 teams we played prior to the last few weeks, but they're athletic, so we're going to see a different style of defense. So going to be a big challenge for us on offense still.
So what are the keys to victory?
From a defensive standpoint, we got to ID where the Q is, and we got to take care of him, manage him. We don't think we're going to completely shut him down. He's going to get his some, but we've got to make sure we know where he's at all times. And eye discipline on defense. They do some shifts, some motions, things like that. So we can't get our eyes lost with that and contain the quarterback. From an offensive standpoint, I feel like we've got to run the football a little bit more this week and establish that to be a really good team. And we feel like we can do that. Last week was a big step in that. Our running back position, we didn't bust it wide open, but we had some success in there prior to before the last week we hadn't been having that. Drew opened it up. Anytime you can add a quarterback run in there, man, it opens up the running back run game also. So that helps us out a ton. But I think we've got to establish some run game. I think our O-line is going to be very crucial this week. So, with the stunts and movements that they play. So I think O-line play and then defensively containing that cue.
Yeah. Love to see the O-line be the heroes on homecoming.
Would love it.
Yeah.
Would love it. I've always said I want those guys to be the leaders of our team, lead our team in everything we do, and I think it's a week that we need to really step up front.
Very good, Coach. Thank you.
For more than 30 years, Truman Ball Real Estate has proudly served Saline County, helping neighbors buy and sell homes while treating every client like family. Scott and his team at Truman Ball love Benton Panther football and would be honored to be on your team too. Truman Ball Real Estate, where clients become family.
Tonight's game is fueled by Lane's Chicken Fingers, your local spot for crispy hand-breaded chicken, house-made sauces, and hand-spun milkshakes. Lane's has been serving up finger-licking greatness since 1994 and is now proud to call Benton home. Whether you're celebrating a win or feeding the team, Lane's is just around the corner. Visit us today at 2110 Highway 5 North, right behind Kroger in Benton.
Is there anything more exciting on Friday nights than taking the field in front of your hometown fans? One of the most rewarding things about football is working with your team to move the ball across the goal line. My favorite part about football, though, is playing on a team. And when it comes to that, when it comes time to buy or refinance, you've got the team at Neo Home Loans to help you get across the goal line.
Welcome back to the Everett Buick GMC Panther pregame show. 8 minutes, 10 seconds to kick off here on homecoming night. Last week in the 6A East, Benton got the big win over Jonesboro, 55-24. Marion defeated Sylvan Hills 46-43. The Patriots led that game 39-19 late in the third quarter, so Sylvan Hills showed a lot of fight coming back to lose by only 3 points. El Dorado defeated Catholic by 17, and Sheridan defeated West Memphis 63-20. Tonight in the conference, we've got Sylvan Hills here at our Panthers. El Dorado's at Marion. That is a huge game, Dio, tonight in the conference.
Yeah, big game. When we looked at the schedule for tonight, that El Dorado-Marion game is one to watch. But the one I'm really curious about is Jonesboro at Sheridan. I want to see how the Kevin Kelly offense of Sheridan stacks up against a team with better athletes. West Memphis being really down this year. So
yeah, West Memphis is at Catholic. Last week in Saline County, Bryant continued their mercy rule streak, 64-0 over Little Rock Central. And, I'm going to go on record saying Bryant's going to mercy rule the rest of their schedule, Terry.
Well, they would have to take it easy on somebody.
Yeah.
And they're starting to get the recognition that they deserve, too. A lot of the national folks are – well, I saw even one had them ranked in the top 10 in the country. So Bryant definitely earning all of those accolades.
Very much so. Harmony Grove off to a wonderful start, 62-19 over Ashdown last week. Jason Kelly's Glen Rose Beavers beat Two Rivers 49-7, and Bauxite overcame over 300 yards and penalties, T.O., to defeat Fountain Lake 46-39.
300 yards. I mean, I thought sometimes we've had some penalty issues, but that's pretty bad.
Yes. Big games in the county tonight. It's homecoming at Bryant. They host Little Rock Christian. Harmony Grove's at Malvern. We're going to find out how good the Cardinals are tonight. Arkadelphia, I believe that's actually backwards. I think Bauxite's at Arkadelphia. I believe it's Arkadelphia's homecoming tonight. And Magnet Cove's at Glen Rose. That's a good old-fashioned slobber knocker right there.
Yeah, that's one of those. If you liked football back in the 80s and 90s, you're going to get all you want of it if you watch the Magnet Cove Glen Rose game.
All right, time for our True Gentleman Picks to Click, and Dio will kick it off with you tonight.
Well, after the absolute beatdown my Picks to Click took last week, thanks to Drew Davis setting a Pick to Click record, I went with Drew Davis, of course, hoping he can duplicate his efforts from last week. And on defense, give me some Weston Monson. I just love the energy that this kid plays with. He plays with just a ferocity on defense and an aggressiveness. That's what we need on defense.
All right, Terry, you're next.
Well, tonight, guys, I'm going to go with the offensive line. And my guy, Garrett Pilkington, and his crew. How about the job Caleb Johnson's done this year?
Yes.
On that line of scrimmage, and Eli Cunningham coming in and getting snaps. I just like these seniors tonight. I'm going to go with the offensive line, and then on defense, I'm going with Austin Hill, who has come in and really played big, and I expect Austin Hill to have a big game tonight.
Justin, we bring you in from the sideline for the first time tonight. And before you give us your picks to click, we're going to see a 4-2-5 tonight. First time we haven't seen a 4-3 defense. Why don't you talk about a 4-2-5 and maybe what challenges it's going to pose to the offense?
Is the best defense to run against, the traditional, spread, hurry-up offense that you see in today's football. You're going to have 4 down linemen, so you can be very creative in the gaps and in the way that you defend those gaps. And then two linebackers in the box. So you can really play games with the linebackers and the 6 different players you have in the box to defend those 6 gaps. And for a defense like Sylvan Hills, they're allowed now to have 5 defensive backs. So they bring an extra athlete on the field for coverage purposes. So depending on how good their box play is, it could make it a little difficult on some of our formations because they'll be able to use those 5 defensive backs to cover all of our receivers.
And Justin, who you got pick to click wise?
So pick to click, I'm going offense. I have Carson Poot Collett. He had 7 catches for 148 yards last year. And I know this is going to be kind of hard to believe, but I don't think he played very well. I think he's still playing a little timid with his hamstring. I look to see him start fast, ferocious, and he's going to go for over 200 yards tonight. You can write that down.
All right.
And then for defense, Antonio Shelton. He is a senior. I've already picked him once. He is going to make lots of plays tonight, and hopefully he gets me on the scoreboard with some TFLs and some maybe some sacks.
As the pyrotechnics fire, the homecoming court lining, the entry as the Panthers with the smoke flaring, provided by Independent Fire Extinguisher Sales and Service. And here come the Panthers charging onto the Palace turf for a homecoming matchup with Sylvan Hills. Justin, give us your offensive key to victory.
Offensive key to victory is find early rhythm in the pass game. It gets a 4-2-5 defense. I think it's really important to get those linebackers and 5 defensive backs moving side to side. When we do that, we'll be able to establish some run game later in the second half.
All right, DO defense.
Well, it's simple yet complicated. Contain their quarterback. Sylvan Hills quarterback Tyler Hampton, you're going to see number 3 tonight. He's a 6', 200-pound senior. And if we don't get somebody on him in the backfield, he's dangerous with his legs. So defense has got to do a good job corralling the quarterback.
And Terry, what is the team key to victory tonight?
Tonight, we have got to be the more physical team. Listen, Sylvan Hills is a big football team. They've got some good size to them, and the Panthers have got to win in the trenches and be the more physical team on the initial contact.
Sylvan Hills won the toss and deferred. The Panthers will receive and defend the north end zone here in the first quarter. Poot, Antonio, Shelton, Pilkington, and Drew Davis were the captains tonight at 78 degrees, 55% humidity, and the wind is calm as we kick off this homecoming matchup. And Sylvan Hills goes with the onside kick. It's rolling, going to be fielded by Cordell Payne at the 39-yard line. So the mad professor Mark Kelly tries a onside kick to start the game. And Gilligan and the skipper on the Panther sideline, you figure out which two those are. Outdo the professor in having the team prepared to cover that kickoff.
Well, Cordell Payne did a great heads-up job because he really kind of came out from his spot, recognized what was going on, and jumped on that ball. Good for him.
First down Panthers, an empty gun for Drew Davis. As he is going to look, he is going to roll. He's going to dump it off to JCB, who makes the catch and is going to be near a first down. They're going to mark him down at the 48-yard line. Second down and 1 as the Panthers, led by Drew Davis, the 6'2", 200-pound senior quarterback. Again, 446 total yards and 6 touchdowns last week. Gunnar Deaton's in the backfield. Barger, Collett, Snellings, and Anderson are your Benton Panther receivers. On second down, fake to Deaton. Drew Davis keeps around the left side. He's going to have the first down into Bear territory to the 45-yard line. Good blocking up front by Madison Hurd, Jonathan Bianchi, Caleb Johnson, Barrett Pettit, and Garrett Pilkington.
Well, you were giving them credit there, and I was just about to do the same, Jim. Great job blocking up front and really creating a lane for Drew to get through.
So 1st and 10 Panthers at the Bear 45-yard line as the Panthers shift all of the skill personnel. Drew going to flip it out to Deaton, who slips as he made a cut, rifling in to force him to make that cutback. For Sylvan Hills was number 13, Devonta Clark.
Dio, I don't know that cut slippage would have mattered. We had a lot of white jerseys in the backfield that play.
Yeah, it seems like that attracted the ire of the defense when they loaded up on the one side, kind of heavy.
Second down, Drew rolls to his right. He's just going to keep and scurry out of bounds. Going to pick up a yard and leave Benton with a 3rd and 11 at the 46.
Well, that shows right there what Coach was talking about. They had good coverage that time. Drew rolled out, but there was nobody open downfield.
So 3rd and 11, doubles formation, one back in the backfield. Deaton in the sidecar to Drew's right as Drew Harris signals in the play. Drew Davis announces it to the offensive line. A 4-2-5 defense for Sylvan Hills as Drew drops back. He throws high, intended for Easton Snellings, and Easton was covered well by Marcus Hurd. Incomplete. It's 4th and 11.
Well, that was a good defensive stop by Sylvan Hills. Nothing fancy. Did great coverage downfield, Dio, and there was nobody open again.
Well, it was great coverage, and they did a really good job. They sent looked like their middle linebacker along with their 4 defensive linemen and put a little bit of pressure, made Drew get rid of that ball before he really wanted to.
Dawson Daves punts it away. Nobody back for Sylvan Hills to return. It goes out of bounds inside the 20. And they're going to mark it near the 17-yard line. So Dawson averaged 41 yards a punt last week, Terry, at Jonesboro. And the special teams has been stellar the last 2 weeks.
It sure has, and that's not going to go for a big yardage punt. But anytime you punt the ball inside the 20-yard line, that's a win.
So Sylvan Hills has it. They actually mark it at the 18, first Bear possession of the night, and they're led by their Drew Davis lookalike, Tyler Hampton. He accounted for 5 touchdowns for Sylvan Hills last week. Sidearm throw out intended for Jackson Walker, incomplete.
Kind of wish he'd have caught it. He'd have lost 2 yards on the play because Logan Hipskin was tracking him the entire way and had already fought through the block. It was a fantastic play by Hipskin to be there.
Second down and 10 Bears. They go very quickly as Hampton is pressured, throws it underneath. Catch is made by Ryan Parham at the 22-yard line. A gain of just 4. It's 3rd and 6.
Man, that was great defense by Cordell Payne there.
Sylvan Hills with a turbo tempo. Hampton in the shotgun, going to roll to his right, pressured by Beard and Mattia, throws on the run, and that ball was intercepted. Yes, it was, by Cordell Payne. A diving interception around the 26-yard line, and that is the first interception of the season for the PDC.
Man, that is the first interception. That great catch, Jim, because I had forgotten that we hadn't picked one off this year. What a great break on the ball. And, hey, great tackle by Bryson Mattia as well.
So the Panthers will have it following the Cordell Payne interception. 1st and 10 at the Sylvan Hills 26-yard line. First quarter brought to you tonight by Alcoa Community Federal Credit Union. Appreciate Steve Brown and the folks there sponsoring Benton Panther broadcast this year as Poot gets it on the jet sweep, and wearing that famed number 2, Poot picks up 7 yards to the 19.
Really nice run that time, especially on that cut, Dio.
Yeah. Well, he had some good interior blocking, and they did it. I couldn't see who it was. It may have been Barger, but he released the defender before he got a holding, before he actually got in trouble for holding, but it still allowed Poot to get, 6 yards down the field.
So 2nd and 3, Panthers in the red zone for the first time tonight at the 19. Drew fakes the pitch, keeps running behind Barrett Pettit to the 14. That'll move the chains. First down, Panthers.
Yeah, you could see the way that defense lined up with those safeties down. That middle of the field was awful tempting for a lot of different options, and that time Drew ran the ball.
Well, I think after last week we may see Drew have his number called several more times, especially on these read plays, because he seems to have a pretty good knack for knowing when to pull and when to give.
Swing pass out to Collett, and Collett is snowed under right at the line of scrimmage. No gain, 2nd and 10.
Boy, that was a great job by Tari Ransom fighting through that block and really kind of disrupting the play in the backfield.
Ransom, an all-conference performer at Maumelle last year, transferred to Sylvan Hills, owns offers from ASU, Illinois State, and Eastern Kentucky. Where's number 0, a safety for Sylvan Hills, 2nd down, and Panthers all out of cahoots on that one as several false started, and it'll back Benton up 5.
Yeah, they got a little head start. That's going to put them back.
Back to the 19, 2nd and 15.
Yeah, 2nd and 15. I mean, that's one of those where you almost look at it like it's 2nd and goal, because there's not much difference between I guess you got some 4 yards you can get.
The good news is we're in Gabe Wilbur.
We are in Gabe Wilbur land.
For sure. As Drew drops back, pressured, eludes the pressure, going to run now to the right. Now looking downfield, throw it to the back of the end zone, touchdown! As Easton Snellings got wide open behind the Sylvan Hills secondary for the score, Drew kept it alive and hit a wide open Easton for the touchdown.
Well, I can guarantee you Andy's going to be putting that on the Drew Davis highlight film to send to college coaches, because the ability to scramble out of the pocket like that, get your eyes up, and instead of just taking it and running with it, being able to find Snellings in the back of the end zone, and kudos to him for finding an open spot and staying there. Justin, you got to be a little proud. You kind of got a little proud papa moment, I imagine.
No, absolutely. That was a heck of a quarterback play right there. It kind of reminds me back when he was a sophomore and he was just playing free, and that's kind of what you're starting to see the last 2 weeks. He's kind of coming into his own. You can tell he's playing with a lot of confidence, and that was a play that just set the tone for this offense.
The Caitlin King scoring drive, 4 plays, 26 yards, and 2 minutes, 3 seconds. And Terry, it came after the first interception of the season by Cordell Payne. The Panthers turned the turnover into points.
Yeah, that was a really good drive and a great cap by Gabe Wilbur on the point after kick. And I will tell you, there were so many things that went right on that play, fellas. The blocking, that's normally a play where you get a hold. The blocking was sound, and then Drew keeping his eyes downfield and finding the receiver.
So Wilbur's kickoff booms it to the back of the end zone for a touchback. That's 1 for 1 tonight. We saw last week when he did that, Jonesboro couldn't go 80. The one time he mishit it, they ran it back inside the red zone.
Yeah. Well, Wilbur the weapon. I'm getting shirts made.
I like it.
Wilbur does not sound like a name of a weapon, but he is one. I can tell you that right now.
Big brother Lucas, of course, kicking for Ouachita this year. Gabe well on his way to earning a college scholarship. Just a junior as Hampton pulls and keeps, and Hipskin was waiting on him on the edge, also riding him down. Antonio Shelton after 1 yard gain.
Well, that's great eye discipline by Hipskin, and then Antonio shedding that block and helping him set the edge.
Second down and 9. Hampton going to throw deep, and he's going to overthrow his intended receiver, that time trying to hit Ryan Parham. It'll be 3rd and 9.
Well, Dio, you're an OD back. That's a great example of how jamming somebody at the line of scrimmage throws that timing off.
That's exactly right. And you could tell the quarterback dropped back, waited that half second and then launched the ball, but his receiver was about a step behind.
We've got a whistle and an offside coming up against Benton as Kason Wright is going to check in, replace Avian Beard, and that'll make it 3rd down and 4 now after the penalty is assessed.
Yeah, they got us on a hard count that time. You like the aggressiveness.
Well, and see, it's this down and distance that I worry about the quarterback, them dropping into a passing situation, and then him running with it.
As Hampton throws, catch is made along the Benton sideline by Jackson Walker, and that'll give Sylvan Hills a 1st down at the 32.
Was great pressure that time, and I didn't catch who it was that came in. That may have been.
I think it was Noah Roberson.
It may have been Roberson.
Hampton sideline arms it out. Catch is made. Trey Stewart in coverage of Lacoby Bryant. They're going to give Bryant 5 yards to the 37, make it 2nd and 5.
Was a big hit by Trey Stewart. Bryant got up.
All I know is Hampton gets that ball out of his hands quick. He's got a quick release because we're getting back there quick, but he's still able to let it loose.
First time of the night, they run the ball with Isaiah Howell. He's tackled by Noah Roberson at the 39-yard line. Gain of 2. It's 3rd down and 3.
Roberson getting on that chart tonight. He's playing with some high energy.
Empty gun. Hampton drops back, throws the out route, and it got through the hands of the intended receiver on the Sylvan Hills sideline. It'll be 4th and 3.
Boy,
they're going to go for it.
They're going to go for it. Man, what a decision.
Don't get Nate Becht, guys.
Yeah, calm down.
Hold your water.
Well, they already hard counted him once, but it comes that pressure deep.
They're going deep. Intended for Jeremiah Corey. It's incomplete. And it looks like Antonio Shelton may get hit with a pass interference.
Well, listen, Benton plays coverage really, really well. And any scouting report is going to show that play right there where they throw a deep pass and then the wide receiver, all he's got to do is slow up. And we run into him, and they get that call at Dio, it seems like, every time.
Yeah, all I know is they ought to use a little bit of discretion when they're doing that. I mean, he didn't interfere with the player's ability to catch that ball. That's all I know.
Move the ball to the 49, and it'll give Sylvan Hills a 1st down. They've converted on 3rd down and 4th down in this drive. 6:21 to go in the first quarter. Benton leads at 7-0 as Hampton is pressured, and he runs into Weston Monson, falls forward into Benton territory to the 47, a gain of 4.
Yeah, see, this is when I watched some film on Sylvan Hills this week, what I noticed is that their offense is significantly improved over what we saw last year out of them.
For sure. As Hampton throws. Shelton in coverage that time. Knocked the ball away as it was intended for Parham, incomplete, and it's 3rd and 6.
And that was great coverage right there, Zio.
Well, I'm not used to seeing Antonio Shelton this much in coverage, but with this against this Sylvan Hills offense, I mean, we just saw him covering a deep ball, and that's from a outside linebacker position. We don't see that a whole lot in the high school game.
So they go back to the ground with E.J. Duckery, and he's going to pick up the 1st down to the Benton 35-yard line. They needed 6. They get 12. 1st down Bears.
Well, there was a couple of things that were really well on that play. It was well blocked, and, boy, that was a hard run.
Hurry to the line, hand it off to Duckery again, and Duckery is going to be down to the 30-yard line. A host of Panthers on the tackle after a 5-yard gain.
I saw Drake Woodard on that pile. He was the first to make contact, but then there were 7 other Panthers that jumped in there, so I'm not sure.
Bryson Mattia was in there, too.
Okay, that's who I thought I saw him in there.
2nd down, they give it off to Isaiah Howell, and he's going to have the 1st down. And After softening the Panther defense up with the pass, Sylvan Hills going to the run now.
Well, you know that the phrase "the game of inches." Boy, the Panther defense was just behind an inch that whole play right there.
A long drive for the Bears as Hampton drops back, throwing for the end zone, running under it, and that is a touchdown to Lacoby Bryant of 24 yards, and the Bears are within an extra point of tying it up with 5:06 to go in the first quarter.
Well, it was decent coverage, Dio, but he just got behind the defense, and quarterback dropped it right on top of him.
Well, I think decent's probably an appropriate word because decent doesn't necessarily mean adequate.
Chase Isaac's extra point, a line drive that is wide left, no good. So the Panther lead is retained at 7-6, and Justin, Panthers turned a turnover into points, but Sylvan Hills answers with an 80-yard drive.
Yeah, they did a great job of capitalizing on our mistake. You know, on fourth down, they throw a go ball, and they got bailed out. And then they found the run game. They kept running the counter to the weak side. They found a little bubble over there. And, kudos to them for finding a way to win on that drive.
The Edward Jones agent, Caitlin King, drive summary, 12 plays, 80 yards, in 2 minutes, 47 seconds. And as Justin pointed out, Dio, that fourth down PI call was huge.
It was huge. And Justin, just so you know, we're a little bit more homers than that. We don't like to give that much credit to the other team. I'm kidding. Sylvan Hills, that was a great drive, especially considering they had to go 80 yards. But the PI penalty made a huge difference in sustaining that, and they actually used that as momentum to carry them into the end zone because they really turned on their run game after that.
Another onside kick, high hop that Cordell Payne fields, and is going to return into Sylvan Hills territory. So Sylvan Hills going full on Mark Kelly still in Kevin Kelly's playbook here with the go for it on fourth, onside kicks.
Call Jason Kelly, and let's see what he thinks about this.
Hey, this is good preparation for next week since Sheridan's coming. So.
That's true. May as well get some practice in on a Friday night. I almost wonder if maybe some of their strategy is, they know Benton's offense is potent. Why waste time? They're going to, obviously they took some time off the clock with their drive. Give Benton a short field if they're, going to score anyway.
Empty gun for Drew. He steps up, and he is going to be sacked. It's getting to Drew that time. Cameron Johnson for the sack back at the 47.
Well, when you put us behind the chains on the first down play, Justin talked about early rhythm on offense as his key to victory, and that is not an early rhythm. That is exactly what Justin was talking about, wanting to avoid those negative plays and penalties on first down.
Panthers go quads to the near side to Poot, and Poot is going to carry it back into Bear territory at the 47-yard line. So they get the 4 back. It's going to be 3rd down and 8.
Panthers throwing the ball an awful lot.
Empty gun, 3 receivers to the left, 2 to the near side. That's Corey Anderson and Poot Collett to the near side. Barger, Easton Snellings. I believe that's Brendan Murdoch in the near slot. And Drew, again, going to be pummeled in the backfield as Ducey James, 5'9", 250-pound junior, records the sack. And the Panthers going to have to punt it away as the offensive line, Terry, kind of collapsed on that drive.
I was just about to say, boy, the guys are not going to like the film room this week because they absolutely got whipped up front.
Guys, one thing I'm seeing is they're doing a great job disguising their coverages. And then their front four is doing a great job of putting their face in the A's and B gaps and collapsing that pocket, especially on the inside and the interior.
Dave's punt finally going to be downed at the 25. Justin, while we got you, what's the adjustment then for the offensive line?
Yeah, honestly, I think it's going to be more of an adjustment. I think Drew's going to change up his style. We threw a quick screen out. We got a positive gain. I think we need to do a little bit more of that to try to create a little bit of flow and rhythm. And then once we get them moving side to side, it makes life a lot easier.
Major part of the Panther offense in recent years is getting that defense going side to side. We'll see if that's the adjustment as handoff. There's a flag thrown behind the play as Jeremiah Corey is going to carry into Benton territory, but that should be coming back.
Yeah, there was some holding going on that play by about 3 different players.
Yeah, I was about to say, take your pick on that one because there was about 3 different holds going on that play, sealing that left side.
Well, like Justin was just talking about on that last series on offense, Sylvan Hill's defense was able to just pin their ears back and just kind of shoot straight ahead. But when we get the ball quickly out on the perimeter, it completely eliminates that. You can't do that. You can't pin your ears back and just get into the backfield. So hopefully we'll see an adjustment. But first, the PDC's got to do their job right here and get this drive shut down.
1st and 20 following the holding penalty. Sylvan Hill's going to go empty. Hampton looks left, goes back right, throws it for Corey, and it goes out of bounds over his head. Weston Monson in coverage. So, we're calling Monson, we're calling Shelton. Looks like Sylvan Hill's doing a pretty good job getting the matchup on the linebackers.
Yeah, well, they're motioning the guy out when I guess, Justin, are we in man coverage?
Yeah, so what's happening on the weak side of trips, we typically man the first guy out, which will be the back with the outside linebacker. So what they're doing is they're forcing the matchup, kind of like what Jim just said, on the weak side. So
yeah,
they were moving the number 1 receiver or the solo receiver to the weak side in and the motioning the back out, and the linebacker has to stay locked on the number 2 guy, which turns into 1. So that's what's happening.
So Messiah Holloway replaces Major Holloway at corner, and they tried to pick on Messiah as good pressure that time from Avian Beard and Bryson Mattia on Tyler Hampton. Incomplete, 3rd and 15.
Well, that pressure was good that time, and the Panthers have been getting a lot of really good pressure up front, but they haven't been able to collapse that pocket on the quarterback, but that time they did get to him.
Well, we had more than 1 guy get back there. In the past, it's been like 1 guy getting pressure, but that time we had 2 or 3 back there, and that makes a huge difference in being able to force him to throw quicker than he wanted to on that one.
There's 1 back in the backfield. Hampton throws, catches, made, and slipping down is Ryan Parham after the catch at the 30-yard line. It's going to leave Sylvan Hills with 4th and 5.
Well, Sylvan Hills is going to go for this. They're leaving their offense on the field, going with a quick count.
And they do snap it back to Hampton. He is scrambling, looking downfield. Flag thrown. He throws it into double coverage, and that ball's picked off. Cordell Payne again, and he goes down at the 38-yard line. Flags are in the area of hold. Brad Harris would decline that, take the football.
Hampton's pass intercepted by Cordell Payne. There are flags on the play.
Let's see what the call.
Holding offense. Coach Harris declines it, and it'll be Benton football at the 38 with Cordell, his 2nd interception of the quarter.
Cordell Payne.
Playing
center field.
He is.
And with the baseball reference, how about Tyler Hampton's throwing style, Justin? It's very sidearmish.
Yeah, he's changed his kind of angle when he's throwing it several different times. I've noticed that, and I'm going to tell you, I'm fired up that they're going for it on 4th down, especially in their own territory. If they keep doing this, I'm going to be tickled to death. Even if they convert some, I'm okay with it. Keep playing this kind of football, please.
Yeah, amen. 1st and 10 Panthers at the 38. They turned a Cordell interception into points last time. See if they can do it again as Drew rolls out. Has all day to throw this time. Going deep. Call it. Oh, it's knocked away at the last minute. That was a great job in coverage that time by Pierre Grimes of Sylvan Hills.
Boy, you could tell that he wanted Poot to have that ball. What a beautiful ball he threw. Dropped it right in the right place. Great defense. But he had all kinds of running room, too. I mean, he had lots of options on the play.
So Panthers attach John Curtis as a tight end to the left, trips to the right, fake the pitch. Drew keeps. Woo! And Drew just flat ran over Marcus Hurd at the 33.
Man, did he. Marcus squared up and got the raw end of that deal.
3rd down and 5 Panthers. It's clock under 2 minutes to go in a exciting first quarter that sees the Panthers lead 7-6. 2 backs in the backfield here for this 3rd down and 5 play. Handoff to Poot, and Poot's going to lose a yard back to the 34 and leave Benton with 4th and 6.
That play just took too long to develop. The defensive linemen were just on us by the time the handoff was being made. I don't know how to speed that play up, but
well, I was wondering if we were going to get to see a 52-yard attempt by Gabe, but it looks like they're going to keep the offense on the field.
5 receivers, an empty gun for Drew Davis. Takes the snap, looking right, throwing. John Curtis Barger makes the catch in traffic. He is straining toward the 1st down, and they say he got it at the 28-yard line. Move the sticks, 1st down Panthers.
Now, Dio, you know what I love? I love a receiver that knows exactly where the 1st down marker is and gets about 2 feet past it.
Yeah.
That's exactly right. That's what we want to see.
1st down Panthers at the bare 28-yard line. Benton on the move following a Cordell Payne interception. Going to hand it off to Gunnar Deaton, and little Gunnar sticks his nose in there and carries down near the 22-yard line. That's a good 6-yard gain on 1st down.
Yeah, that's a tough 6-yard gain. I mean, he really ran hard that play. Moving the pile.
Good job by the guys up front helping open the hole that time. Jaron Ginther is in there at right guard beside Pilk. Caleb Johnson wearing big brother Kobe Reeves' number 76 at center. And the Panthers going to let the first quarter clock expire. We've come to the end of 1. It's Benton 7, Sylvan Hills 6 on the Benton Football Network.
Merchants and Farmers Bank has become the local choice for many Panther, Hornet, and Saline County fans. The bank has local owners, local board members, and makes local decisions with senior management who live in Saline County. They are truly small bank friendly with big bank products and services focused on Saline County. Drop by the Benton branch at 146 West South Street in downtown Benton or the Bryant branch at the corner of Highway 5 and Spring Hill Road and talk to their friendly team members. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
The Everett difference means we treat everyone with respect and honesty. Our customers know firsthand how that feels.
You are their main focus.
They're all working toward the same common goal, which is providing exceptional customer experience.
Everett has earned our trust.
Everett always gives me the best deal. Always.
Everett made it happen.
That's the only place we will ever buy a car from, ever.
We are grateful for the opportunity to serve. Discover the Everett difference for yourself.
Really good first quarter tonight. Very competitive football game. And we tried to tell you, Terry, this isn't the Bears we're used to seeing. It was 42-0 last year at the end of the first quarter. It's a much different Sylvan Hills team under Mark Kelly.
Yeah, it really is. But, the thing that I noticed the most is the size and speed that is different about this team. This is a big football team.
Yeah, they do. I mean, if you look at that defensive line, 255, 245, 260, 235, 230. That's their D-line. That's pretty good size D-line. That's like a Bryant-esque size.
But the Panther O-line dominated them on that play as Gunnar Deaton carries down to the 11-yard line, a gain of 11, 1st down Panthers.
Yeah, guys, when 4-2-5 defenses start getting confident, you'll start seeing their interior backers start widening, and that's what just happened right there. They're feeling confident with their down 4, and they widened and gave us a good little box. Our offense line up front dominated that play, and we had some success.
It's John Curtis Barger at tight end. Fly motion for Collett. Again, handoff, and now Drew Harrison, the offense, finding big yardage on the ground as Gunnar carries down to the 7.
Yeah, I couldn't see it. It looked like Jaden Noble got got a hand on his ankle there as he ran through the hole, tripped him up.
Gunner with 3 consecutive carries for 20 yards. Benton's inside the 10, 2nd down and 6 at the Bear 7-yard line. Going to go back to Gunner, and Gunner is pulling Bears down to the 3-yard line.
Gunner's like, let me into the end zone.
Come on.
Gunner Deaton was tackled by Kai Griffin.
Man, that guy's running hard now
Gain of 5, 3rd down 1.
because he was carrying defenders all the way down to the 2-yard line, setting up that 3rd and 1.
The Panthers go condensed set. Deaton alone back in the backfield. Going to hand it off to Gunner. He's in. Touchdown, Gunner Deaton. He carried the final 5 times on that drive and is rewarded with a touchdown. And here goes the delivery of the football to the homecoming queen. And come on, ref. It's homecoming. He throws the flags. Have a little fun with it. That's a Benton tradition.
Yeah, unfortunately, the last 3 years, that flag has been a Benton tradition as well.
Exactly.
But that's one that we just don't care. Go ahead and flag us.
Yep.
Yeah, flag us. Do they back it up on the kickoff or the extra point?
Kickoff, I think.
I think
You have a choice.
I think they give the coach the choice, right, Justin?
That is correct. And I'm going to tell you right now, Coach Harris is probably not very happy with what just went down. His philosophy is he's okay with that, but let's get up a little bit more.
Oh.
Well, here's the deal.
I thought the tradition was the first senior to score on homecoming delivers the football.
I don't know. Well, I just know that the ball has always gotten delivered to the homecoming queen, but here's what I know. Okay, put us back 15 yards. I mean, a 35-yard extra point.
Yeah, I would have taken it on the kickoff for sure. Gabe's extra point is
why would you take it on the kickoff when he can kick a 49-yarder?
Well, not on the extra point. I would have made him kick off from the 25.
Well, I know, but
he's talking about Sylvan Hill's choice.
Sylvan Hills had the choice, yeah.
The only thing I can think of is because they missed theirs, they're hoping maybe they can steal that point back.
That's what I would be. I was glad that they made that choice because I would much rather kick it into the end zone with a touchback.
Yes.
But I get you're talking about their perspective.
Yeah.
I'm grateful for what they did, truthfully.
Well, to be honest with you, they must not have done their homework and been watching film on our kicker because he's been lights out all year.
That's exactly
Clearly
what
not.
I was thinking.
They fast-forwarded through the special teams section.
Yeah, it's like we'll back Wilbur up, and he'll just kick it halfway through the track instead of into the indoor complex.
Hey, Justin, Rob Pepper sent me a message saying he wished you would provide as much insight as he did from the sideline. he did say LOL, huge upgrade. So that's words from Papa Pepper.
Well, I'll tell you what, I've had lots of great conversations talking football with that man. He coming up through the PDFL, you guys did a great job of communicating with us, and I think he learned everything that I learned, plus he read more books than me. So I could probably take some notes from him. I'm sure he'll be texting me soon with some of the things I need to say.
Yeah,
Rob Pepper is one of the best youth football coaches that I've ever seen,
and one of the founding fathers of the Touchdown Club.
He is.
First down and 10, Sylvan Hills at the 29-play, 38-yard scoring drive for the Panthers as Hampton with that sidearm delivery to Parham. And, boy, Logan Hipskin was waiting on it out there. And depends on what they're going to mark it back at the line of scrimmage, Terry. That was great coverage by Logan.
Listen, that's the second time that Logan has caught that swing pass, tracked it all the way, and been right there when the ball was delivered.
Boy, that replay camera angle was phenomenal, right down the line of scrimmage, basically. And you saw Logan just absolutely get there half a second after the ball arrived. What a play.
Looks like Logan's kind of favoring a shoulder there as Brad Harris, TJ White talked to him. Major Holloway is going to check in and replace him at the spur position. It'll be 2nd down and 10 for Sylvan Hills as they go to the ground, and Avian Beard is having none of it as Isaiah Howell on the carry. Good tackle by Avian. 2-yard gain, 3rd and 8.
Yeah, that's where they finally caught up to him in the backfield. They've been missing that by like a yard every time, and that time they actually caught him.
It's a swing pass out to Howell, and good coverage. Antonio Shelton, Cordell Payne tackle him at the 28. That's going to leave Sylvan Hills with 4th and 2.
A big 4th and 2. The Panthers need to get set because Sylvan Hills, it looks like the officials are going to have an official timeout.
Well, Cordell's down. Payne's grabbing his. Is he grabbing his knee
right
or?
leg? And I can't tell if it's a cramp.
Looks like he's grabbing his left calf on the close-up there. Good camera work as Coach Harris, T.J. White over, and Cordell immediately to his feet. Almost looks like a cramp, doesn't it, guys?
Yeah. Initially, I thought it was a cramp, but then he rolled back over, and I was worried we had a knee, but now he's jogging off, so that's exciting to see.
Well, he's got that little limp. May have been a little Charlie horse. Got a knee in the got a knee in the side of the thigh. There's nothing worse than that.
I think he just wanted some attention after his 2 picks.
That's fair.
So 4th down and 2. This could be a huge stop here with the Panthers leading by 8 at the Bear 28-yard line. Lock in here, PDC. Snap back to Hampton. He hands it off to Howell. Howell goes inside, cuts it outside. Going to have the 1st down. Eludes Austin Hill. And able to fight off a block and make a tackle is Corey Anderson. But Sylvan Hills picks up the 1st down to the 43.
Well, they're doing a good job of downfield blocking. And Dio, our defensive backs are not doing a good job of getting off of those blocks.
Yeah, no, they are not.
Back to Howell. He picks up 3 as Mattia going to make the tackle at the 46.
Well, Sylvan Hills has got a tempo going now.
Yeah, they do. As Hampton drops back, he's airing it out, and he is going to overthrow his intended receiver. That's sophomore A.P. Lewis, stride for stride with Tyler Blakely, who's a 10,900-meter sprinter.
Well, AP might need to go out for track then.
Then I think I know what he runs in the 100-meter sprint because he was step for step.
3rd down and 7 for the Bears at their own 46. As we've seen, it's 4-down territory all over the field tonight for Sylvan Hills. Fake to Howell, pressured by Beard. Hampton's going to step up and run right into Antonio Shelton at the line of scrimmage, and that's going to leave Sylvan Hills with 4th and 7.
And they're going to even back him up a little bit further than that.
I sure did. Back to the 45.
There's a big 4th down and 8. The Panthers have got to be real disciplined here. Don't jump that count, and for goodness sake, don't get a pass interference.
Snap clock at 15. Bears look to the sideline. 2 receivers to each side, 1 back in the backfield. Hampton takes a snap. Pressured by Mattia. Sack! A big sack. No, excuse me. That was Noah Roberson coming off the edge to make the sack back at the 37. And the Panthers have a short field again. Great job, Noah.
Boy, great pressure coming right up that middle.
Yeah, Noah Roberson just absolutely tracked him down, and that's one of those plays where, oftentimes when the quarterback makes the commitment to go, they can outrun a defensive lineman, but Noah Roberson is not a typical defensive lineman, so wasn't able to outrun him.
6 foot, 180-pound senior with the big sack. It's 1st down Benton again in Bear territory at the 37. It's an empty gun for Drew. It's looking left, throwing left. Barger makes a diving catch, but they say out of bounds, and there's a flag thrown back in the area of holding.
Well, I thought that was a catch.
I think his left foot, backfield foot.
A little fun fact for you guys. So the official that's right next to me, I coached him a box sight from the 7th grade to graduation. So I'm going to get in his ear in a little bit and see if we can't get some calls.
If you're not cheating, you're not trying, right, Justin?
Yeah, I'm just trying to motivate.
There you go. Holding penalty backs the Panthers up 9 yards to the 46-yard line. It's 1st and 19. Drew drops back, pressured.
Ooh.
Boy, the pocket just absolutely collapsed on Drew that time. He sacked back at the 45-yard line. That's a 9-yard loss, and the Panthers going the wrong way.
Well,
2nd and 28.
And that was just a 4-man rush. Their their front four just pinned their ears back and absolutely just they shot through that line like it was.
Yeah, Cameron Johnson is the one that really made a difference. 6 foot, 235-pound tackle.
Number 52 is lined up across from Barrett Pettit, the Panther left guard on this play. 2nd down and 28. Drew going to scramble, eludes Malachi Summons, flips it out to Brendan Murdoch, who carries it back into Bear territory at the 45, a gain of 10, and it'll leave Benton with 3rd and 18.
Man, the Panthers really kind of shot themselves in the foot on this drive, and this was kind of one of those drives that was a separation drive.
Yeah.
And now the Panthers needing a big play in order to move the sticks.
Well, Terry, what's the line to gain, you think, for Wilbur?
I would say a comfortable 45. So I would say the
28.
What? Yeah, 28.
Drew looks left, throws. Boy, great catch by Poot in traffic. He's going to be inside the
28-yard line.
He's at the 28. It's going to be 4th down and a long one, and we'll see what Brad Harris decides.
I think the Panthers will go for it here. But I would feel comfortable if they put the field goal team on.
Man, what a great catch as Kai Griffin was draped all over Poot.
Boy, he was. He would have probably got a pass interference.
Yes.
He probably should have gotten a pass interference either way, but Poot still caught it.
4th and short. Panthers condense the formation, go with the option play. Drew going to pitch it to Poot, and Poot's going to be stopped short.
Yeah, that was just great defense.
Well, and we never got really any separation. I mean, that Cameron Johnson was just all up in Drew Davis's grill that entire time, and the pitch was only about a 2.5-foot pitch. There wasn't any separation from Collett. You know, Preston Madison sent me a text. We were talking about the defensive line, and he said we've got to establish some sort of run game, or the defensive line is just going to do that. You know what I'm saying? They don't, and I get that, Justin. I mean, that's correct, right? If you're not having to worry about the run as a D lineman, and you know that it's passing, why not just pin your ears back and go?
Well, yeah, and I think their game plan, too, up front, because there are 4-2-5 defenses, they're taking their front four and they're shoving their face in the interior gaps. So what they're doing is they're forcing everything to bounce and they're stringing out the run game, but then also when Drew's dropping back in the pocket, they're collapsing that interior to force that bubble to make him have to move. We need to, like I said, we need to get them moving.
E.J. Duckery carries for 12. He gets the carry again, and Duckery is into Panther territory. Austin Hill has had back-to-back tackles as Duckery carries down to the Benton 44.
Yeah, that Panther defense is not getting set, and you got personnel changes, guys trying to get back in position. I think we may need a timeout right here.
Cordell Payne back in there, makes the tackle of Duckery after a 9-yard gain, and right on cue, Brad Harris says, let's take a break and talk about it.
Are you connected to his headset? I thought these were just on the air, but I agree with you. I think
well, man, we when they snapped the ball then, we still had guys running on the field.
Yeah.
So, you know, the tempo right now, and all credit to Coach Kelly, but the tempo right now is certainly in Sylvan Hill's favor, and we've got to get a couple of plays ahead so that we know what personnel needs to be there.
Yeah, this is one of those times when you call that timeout, take a deep breath, get your head right, get your feet back under you. Let's go play defense.
October is full of family-friendly events in the city of Benton. There's something going on every weekend. Old Fashioned Day is a week from tomorrow on the 11th. Pumpkin Fest is on the 18th, and Ghost Town is on October 16th. You can stay up to date with all the activities by visiting the Benton Proud Facebook page. It's also never too early to talk about Christmas. And December 6th is Santa in the Park out at the River Center. Vendor spots are now open. We need all local craft and specialty items that you can think of. Please reach out to the city for more information on how you can be a vendor. On 2nd down and 2, Isaiah Howell gets the carry, and he's going to get the first down inside the 31-yard line to move the sticks.
Boy, that offensive line of Sylvan Hills is just leaning on that defense right now. They're getting pop after pop.
First down Bears at the Panther 31. They go to Howell again. And
that's Bateman on the tackle.
Yeah, Hayden Bateman, the sophomore, on the tackle.
That's a great job of doing some penetration there and getting his hands on the running back and then getting him to the ground.
2nd down and 7. So they hand it off to Jeremiah Corey, and he is going to be run out of bounds by Austin Hill at the 17. That's an 11-yard gain and another Bear first down.
That was a great tempo change by that back. A little hesitation and then burst.
Yeah, he ran that 45-degree angle out towards the sideline, and it just worked for him.
Go back to Duckery, and he's going to be upended short of the goal line at the 1-yard line by Trey Stewart. And Sylvan Hills doing it on the ground, doing it at lightning speed, 1st and goal at the 1. And Hampton going to go in for the touchdown at 4:47 to go. It's 14-12, and we'll see if they leave the offense on the field and try to tie it up.
Yeah, I may have to have Coach Ray talk to my guys down there. We're just getting whipped up front, Justin.
We are. They're finding the run scheme that works great against our defense, and they're finding a good hole on the left side. They're collapsing the left side of our defense and just having a field day right now. So I have faith Coach Harris is going to figure something out, though.
That was an 8-play, 71-yard drive, all on the ground for Sylvan Hills. As they're going to go for 2. They hand it off to Duckery, and he plows through the center of the line into the end zone, and Sylvan Hills has tied this football game at 14 with 4:47 to go in the first half. Let's take a 30-second break, and we'll come back on the Benton Football Network.
Jones Heating and Air, located at 520 Edison Avenue in Benton, specializes in residential, commercial, and new construction HVAC systems and offers 24-hour service. Jones is a proud supporter of Benton Panther Athletics, the Saline County Boys and Girls Club, and youth sports at Benton's Riverside Park. Find out more at jonesheatingandair.com or call 501-778-3324.
Your Edward Jones Agent Caitlin King drive summary: 8 plays, 71 yards, all on the ground. It took 1:35 seconds, Theo.
Yeah, and this is a Panther defense that has really done a good job this year of limiting opponents' run game.
Another onside kick attempt. Antonio Shelton fields the hop and hits the turf at the 46. So Panthers with 54 yards in front of them. And Justin, I want to come back to you because the drive before last, Benton did it on the ground with Gunnar Deaton. And the Panthers had a lot of success running the football. Can we come back to that here? What do you think?
Yeah, I think we can. All of those plays, though, looking at them, they're all option plays. So we're gaining a hat in the box if it's a give. That means they're separating one of their down linemen is now vacating the box. So when Drew's able to hand the ball off, we're getting a numbers game. Later on the 4th down, they forced us to pull the ball. They added another gap to the equation. They brought a force player down, and then they strung it out to eliminate us to gain any yards. So hopefully we may come back to it. We'll see. But I think we're going to put something together right here and go score.
So Panthers starting a hole after a snap infraction. Backs them up 5. It's first down and 15. Benton at their own 41-yard line, all tied at 14. Drew Davis drops back, has a wide open Corey Anderson, who makes the catch and then is nearly decapitated by Marcus Hurd at the 44.
Yeah, he definitely got him up around the helmet, but it looked like, based on his jersey, it looked like they had a lot more shoulder pad than helmet.
Well, we're going to get a good look at it right here.
Great camera work.
Couldn't see.
Perfect camera work.
Yeah, that was.
Second down and 11. Drew to a wide open Poot. He leaps into Panther territory, or Bear territory, to the 45. That's a 10-yard gain, and it'll be 3rd and 1.
Gain of 10, 3rd down 1.
Yeah, the little quick outs and the outside passes, that's what we need to do to get away from that interior of the line.
Get a little rhythm, too. Here comes the blitz.
See what Drew Harris has in mind here on 3rd down and 1. Panther football at the Bear 45, all tied at 14.
Sending a lot of pressure on this one.
At least showing it.
Going to hand it off to Gunner. He's got the first down. That's a good job by that offensive line. Caleb Johnson, Marcus Hurd out there helping lead the way to the first down by Gunner Deaton. They're going to mark it at the Sylvan Hills 39. That's 6 yards.
Well, that's another great run by Gunner Deaton. Man, he's running the ball hard tonight.
Actually, they back it up to the 41. So Drew, another quick out. Corey Anderson makes the catch. Going to be pushed out of bounds by Nigel Casey at the 34. 7-yard gain on first down.
Panthers doing a good job using that sideline.
Gain of 7, 2nd down 3.
Ball on the near hash, 3:43 and counting as Corey is pushed out of bounds. Jake Cloud split to the near side. Easton Snelling's in the slot. Fake to Gunner. Pull, throw to Cloud, makes the catch, and Jake Cloud's going to have the first down as Kai Griffin makes the tackle at the 20, gain of 14.
What an outstanding catch by Jake Cloud. Watch this catch, and then just pulls it in and tucks it, gets it.
And it was a little bit behind him. He had to go back and get it almost into the defender to catch the ball.
Great camera work.
Yeah, guys, and that looks easy, like it's an easy throw, but that's actually an RPO. We had a counter on, and Drew is actually reading a second-level defender, so he did a phenomenal job being disciplined, pulling and throwing.
Drew going to drop back, throw it to the end zone for Corey Anderson, and it just got through his hands as in coverage Devonta Clark for Sylvan Hills.
Well, you had him open that time and got him turned around. The throw was a little bit behind him and got his legs tangled up and couldn't make the spin.
Corey's been the go-to guy, targeted 3 times on this drive. Has 2 catches for 11 yards. It's 2nd down and 10, Benton at the Bear 20. Panthers trying to go back in front as they swing it out to Poot. He's up the sideline, going to be pushed out of bounds by Nigel Casey at the 5. A gain of 15, 1st and goal.
That's another one of those read options right there. You could see Drew was actually looking at one of the backfield defenders and seeing what he needed to see to pull the ball and throw to Poot.
So 1st down and goal, Benton at the 5-yard line. Dallas Hall working that sideline camera outstanding tonight for us. Say fake to Poot. Drew on the quarterback counters in the end zone. Drew Davis, the runner, into the end zone. And with 2:53 to go in the first half, the Panthers go back in front 20-14.
Well, you see him lean forward about the 5-yard line, and there just wasn't anything was going to keep him out of the end zone.
Yeah. No, you want the ball in your senior leader's hands. He's got that motivation to score.
Kaysen Wright snaps. Easton Snellings holds. And Gabe Wilbur boots it through with 2:53 to go in the first half, 21-14. And Justin, I've got to believe as you visit down there with Drew Davis for a moment, that was a perfect answer after Sylvan Hills tied it.
That was a Benton Panther offensive drive. That's how we play football around here. Coach Harris I think he's got the defense figured out, understands what they're doing, what they're seeing, and you can't say enough about our senior quarterback. Some of the pull throws, they look very simple and easy, but that's high-level football. That's a lot of discipline and great execution on our kids. Our kids.
Caitlin King, agent for Edward Jones drive summary, 8 plays, 54 yards, and it took 1 minute and 52 seconds. And when they fired the cannon, I heard some of the homecoming court scream down there, Theo.
Well,
you can relate.
I can relate. I will never forget that Jacksonville game several years ago.
As a kickoff by Wilbur is going to go into the end zone. He's perfect tonight on touchbacks. I mean, who needs to be a Tampa Bay Buccaneer fan when you've got a cannon here at the Palace?
Well, it is a little cannon. Jacksonville had a big cannon.
We're working on it.
El Dorado? Hey, we're heading there in 2 weeks. El Dorado cannon's pretty loud too, isn't it?
Is there's a cannon or like a firework thing?
I think it's a cannon.
It may be a cannon. I just know that that's the interview that Scott Nethery at halftime, when I asked him what his plan was for the second half, he said, mass substitutions. Shortest halftime interview in my history as a sideline guy.
Tyler Hampton keeps to the near side, and Trey Stewart got a hold of his shoestring and wouldn't let go till help arrived. 3-yard gain. It'll be 2nd down and 7.
Gain of 3, 2nd down, 7.
Mass substitutions. Classic.
That was a great tackle by Trey Stewart.
2nd down and 7 Bears as Hampton drops back. Pressured now, Connor Stevens gets to him, and the senior gets a sack on homecoming back at the 13 for a loss of 10.
Boy, that's a big loss too. Really sets the Bears back.
Well, they didn't move it back near as far as we would have liked.
Deep 3rd down.
I'll tell you what, Connor did a great job right there using his hands and spinning off, using his leverage to create that winning kind of move to get free in the backfield. Very well done.
Yeah, Roberson and Stevens, that speed up front has been the equalizer getting to Hampton. Here they come again. Hampton throws under pressure, and he overthrows his intended receiver, trying to get Tyler Blakely, the speedster. It's incomplete. Now, what will Mark Kelly do on 4th and 17 at his own 13 with 1:32 to go in the first half?
Well, there's only one responsible answer here,
and that's punt.
And
they're bringing in the punter.
It's Caden Burnett, number 8, checks in, and he is aligned in a short punt position. Brad Harris is going to take a timeout and make sure the Panthers are all on the same page here, because that is their JV quarterback. The Sylvan Hills JV came to town on Monday. Panthers won 31-20, but Burnett was their signal caller on Monday. So could there be a little trickery in store here, Dio?
Well, I mean, considering all the onside kicks and the going forward on 4th down, I don't think anybody in this booth would be surprised if they did try to do something like that.
Well, hot take right here, but if I'm an athletic director and you go for it 4th and 15 on your own 13-yard line with 1:30 against one of the top offenses in the you're looking for a job on Monday.
Well, there's a team just to our south.
I was about to say now, Rick
72, 84, 84. That's how it happens.
I was about to say, old Coach Treadway down there, the AD in Sheridan, he's seen a lot of fourth down, and I mean from their own 3.
Yeah,
them going for it, and that Kelly still has a job. So, oh, buddy,
right guard moved.
Sure did.
So that's going to back them up 5 more. Make it 4th and 22 from the 8.
I feel pretty confident they're punting it now. If they weren't before, well, I don't know. What's 5 yards going to do?
Well, he's taking the snap at 7 yards deep. So It's an end-over-end punt that hits at the 45. Go pick the ball up, for Pete's sake. As Cordell chased it for about 20 yards, and it's going to be all the way back at the 35-yard line. So, man, I tell you, you give up 2 first downs not fielding the ball in the air on punts.
Yeah, and it always makes me nervous when they're running with the ball because anybody knows that ball can take a weird hop sometimes.
Yes, sir.
Big time.
First and 10 Panthers.
So the Panthers have it 1st and 10 at their own 35-yard line, and we'll see what Brad Harris, Drew Harris, Skipper, and Gilligan decide right here. With 1:22 to go in the first half, Panthers leading 21-14. Going to hand it off to Murdoch, and Murdoch finds tough going in the center of the line as the tackle made that time by Jaden Noble.
Yeah, Noble's a senior tackle, and, man, he has been playing well tonight. He has really been a menace to that front line.
Panthers snap it with 25 on the play clock. Throw, Easton Snellings makes the catch. Tackle by Devonta Clark. That's going to be a first down as Panthers pick up 11.
Panthers get 11, get out of bounds.
Gain of 11, good for Benton Panthers, first down.
56 seconds to go in the first half. Stick with us at halftime. We're going to give you the sights and sound of the Benton dance team and the Benton band performing at halftime tonight on homecoming. As Drew going to scramble out of bounds. Going to lose a yard back to the 45 with 49 seconds left. Panthers with just one timeout remaining and facing a 2nd and 11.
Good defensive coverage that time. Drew doing the only thing he really could. Let's get out of bounds, get the play clock stopped.
Twins to each side of the formation as Drew rolls to his left, sets his feet, and throws it away as he was being pressured that time by Ducey James and Jaden Noble, and it's 3rd and 11.
I think we're struggling a little bit, Dio, with my key to the game. Because physically, I tell you, Sylvan Hills has looked like the more physical team up front.
Well, at least up front they have. If you're just talking about if you're talking about their defensive line to our offensive line, yeah, they've definitely been the more physical line. But our defensive line has been far more physical than their offensive line.
Drew throws into coverage, and Easton Snellings had to play D-back right there to prevent Nigel Casey from picking that one off. And now 4th and 11, and the Panthers will punt it away with 38 seconds left.
Well, we can't give them a cheap score here because they get the ball coming out of halftime, and they're going to have an opportunity to make a drive then. So it kind of would have liked to have seen, which wouldn't have made a lot of sense necessarily with the distance, but us run the ball and force them to use some of their timeouts.
Dawson Dave's punt. Now don't down it. Let the ball die because the clock's running.
Football IQ, Jim.
Yep.
Football IQ.
It's one of my pet peeves. When you down it, when nobody's back there, the clock's just going to keep running, make the referee stop it.
Absolutely.
So, but it is down at the 10-yard line, so Sylvan Hills has 90 yards in front of them with 26 seconds to go.
You're going to see that hands package come out now.
1st and 10, Sylvan Hills from their own 10.
Sure would be nice for somebody to slip through one of those blocks and get a big sack.
See what the Bears do. Hampton drops back. They're setting up the screen. They get it to Duckery. And I'm telling you, E.J. Duckery scares me to death in open field. That dude has some wheels.
Yeah, he runs with a low pad angle, too. He runs.
Gain of 18, good for Sylvan Hills, first down.
So they pick up 18. Sylvan Hills takes a timeout with 19 seconds left. They'll have it 1st and 10 at the 28. So, Justin, it looks like Mark Kelly kind of abides by your philosophy. Why sit on the football when you have a chance to score again?
Yeah, and I really like the play call. He just dialed up right there, something high percentage that could pop, give it to one of his best athletes, and you saw what happened. So hopefully we can contain everything, let that clock go down. Looks like they have 2 timeouts remaining, so they're going to snap the ball at least 3 more times, right?
Yeah, with 2 timeouts, and certainly the fastest tempoed offense we've seen this year by far.
They are well practiced at that. That's some of the fastest tempo I've seen in 10 years.
It's reminiscent of Greenwood. It's the only one that I remember that compares. First down, is they going to go underneath to Duckery again, and he's going to have another first down up to the 43-yard line, and the Bears going to take another timeout. Mercy, 15 yards.
Well, 7 seconds to move it another, what'd you say, 15 yards?
Uh-huh.
Well, their goal right now is to
because of those timeouts, he's got the freedom to cut back inside and get a little more yards. He could have saved a timeout right there, because now once they burn this last timeout, they're not going to be able to.
Well, I think what he's trying to do is get it into range of taking an end zone shot.
Yeah, probably right.
And this play right here is really important because they've got 12 seconds and a timeout, and the Panthers need to knock this pass down and force them to have to go 60 yards or almost 60 yards in one play as opposed to 35.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, guys, I think the philosophy right here would be to try to go deep, take a shot. If you complete it, you can get on the ball and spike it, or it's an incompletion, you come back down, and now you got 2 more plays.
You got Cordy Anderson and Cordell Payne at safety. They're about 17 yards deep in the Benton secondary. Panthers rush 4, and they hand it off to Isaiah Howell. He busts into Benton territory to the 45 before Connor Stevens makes the tackle. Another first down, and Kelly takes his final timeout with 7.3 seconds remaining in the half. And now, Terry, they're kind of within range for Hampton to throw it deep right here.
Yeah, I didn't expect the run, and obviously defense didn't either. And he gets downfield, gets the first down. Now it's a 45-yard play.
Although I like Justin's philosophy better, throw it deep, get it to the 10-yard line or something like that. You still have a timeout you can burn. So you burn your timeout. Now you're throwing from the 10-yard line into the end zone. Ball's got to be in the air a long time from the 45. It's a lot easier to cover a long ball like that when, you're in a kind of an Air Force type defense.
Well, and you also kind of hope that those cornerbacks, because they obviously need to go on an out route right here, and those cornerbacks, you hope one of them will jump that route, get a big interception.
So, again, Anderson Payne deep at safety. As Hampton looks, throws underneath, and he throws wide of a diving Jeremiah Corey. So they tried to pick up 7 yards, couldn't do it, 3 seconds left, and now they will have to throw the home run.
Now you back everybody up.
Yep.
And that's exactly Payne and Anderson retreating all the way back to the 20-yard line, 25 yards away from the football. As Hampton with trips to the right, he's going to throw it this direction, lobs it up in the air, and it's batted down incomplete at the goal line as the first half clock expires, and the Panthers go to the halftime leading 21-14 in a very competitive homecoming night game.
Can we get a replay on that? I want to see who batted that down. I want to see who made that good. That was a smart play.
I don't think anybody batted it down. It got batted up, and I was holding my breath because I thought they were about to catch it and score.
I thought it was hit by the receiver trying to knock it back to number 2 who was trailing.
Well, we're going to see right here. I couldn't really tell what happened.
He throws it up, and
it hits the receiver in the chest.
Yep, sure did.
Hit him right in the chest.
See, I thought it was intentional. I thought he tried to push the ball back to number 2 who was trailing. And fortunately, that's not what happened, and the Panthers go into halftime with a 21-14 lead.
So we're going to take you down to the field for the Benton dance team halftime performance.
To kick off your halftime entertainment, please welcome to the field the Benton High School Pep Steppers. This evening they'll be performing a camp palm routine under the direction of Captain Sophie Ray, Co-Captain Raylan Wallace, First Lieutenant Blair Border, and Second Lieutenant Ainsley Hobby. The Pep Steppers are coached by Miss Denasia Cunnington. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the field the pride of Benton, your Benton High School Marching Band. The pride is excited to perform the opener from their competition show tonight, The Sum of Existence. The band is under the field direction of Ethan Bronson, Natalie Morris, and Peyton Piper. Sit back and enjoy the sounds of the pride of Benton. the pride of Benton, the Benton High School Marching Band. The band is under the direction of Tricia Moffitt, Michael Hoover, Amy Brooks, Ashton Kidder, Nicole Jackson, and Chloe Covert.
Panther fans, it's hard to beat Friday Night Football in Benton, Arkansas. Each year, our players, coaches, cheerleaders, dance team, and band work countless hours to achieve perfection on the field and become the pride of our hometown. My name is Brian Black, class of '89, and for many years, our team at BCOH Architects has worked hard to make you proud of the town we live in. ACDI, the River Center, Boys and Girls Club, and Benton Event Center are some of our favorite projects. We want to make Benton shine, and we look forward to many more years serving you. Go Panthers.
Need a car? Maybe a home? Maybe just a little vacay escape? Whatever your goal, Alcoa Community FCU has a loan for that. Great rates, quick approvals, and local decisions. It's all right here in your community.
Hi, I'm Miranda Kirkendall, owner and advanced nurse injector here at Solux Aesthetics in the heart of downtown Benton. I've had the pleasure of serving our community for the last 4 years. At Solux, it's not about changing who you are, it's about making you feel comfortable and confident in your own skin with the results that look natural and true to you. Whether it's Botox, filler, or skin treatment, I focus on results that look fresh, natural, and unique. I'd love for you to stop by and see me at 149 South Market Street or give me a call at 501-249-4177.
Midtown Plumbing services over 1 million square feet of commercial property in Little Rock, and they've also provided plumbing needs to thousands of residential clients all over Central Arkansas. Along with residential and commercial plumbing, Midtown also provides water heater sales, sewer repair, remodeling services, and 24-hour emergency plumbing. Midtown Plumbing, just a phone call away. 501-426-5900. MidtownMechanicalServices.com.
Allied Glass is a full-service glass shop located in historic downtown Benton. Allied Glass is a third-generation business and family-owned and operated since 1967. Mirrors, shower doors, commercial storefronts, tabletops, screens, plexiglass, and much more. For all your glass needs, call Allied Glass at 501-778-6244, located at 115 East Sevier in downtown Benton.
At First Security, we've been investing in our home state since 1932, growing deep roots and even deeper relationships. We're part of Arkansas. It's part of us. Today, we put all of that history and stability to good use for you, pouring our resources into the people and places we love best. Arkansas communities, Arkansas families, and Arkansas futures. First Security. Think better.
Welcome back to the Hamilton Family Dentistry halftime show with the Benton Panthers leading the Sylvan Hills Bears 21-14 at half. And we're going to go right into the stats. And Dio, you see Benton with 10 first downs to 4 first downs. We've got two Bentons.
We've got two Bentons.
Sylvan Hills with 10 first downs and Benton with 4 first downs. And you know, the Sylvan Hills Bears were really grinding on the ground, Dio, really being physical up front and having a lot of success on the ground.
Yeah, and I think we're about to get that put back up here maybe with the correct team so we know who's got what. But 137 yards on the ground for Sylvan Hills, which is really one of the highest rushing totals that this defense has allowed. But the Panther defense has got their work cut out for them. 221 yards of total offense. That's pretty close to what the Panthers have been allowing in full games this year so far.
Yeah, that's right. But the thing is that what's non-existent is a Panther offense that we're used to, with only 156 yards total offense from Benton in the first half.
Yeah, and really I think the disturbing thing for me is seeing 19 carries for 43 yards, an average of 2.3 yards a carry. That's not an effective run game when you're only getting 43 yards on on the ground. But normally we can rely on our passing game, which I really think kind of helps to open up the run game for us, especially the style of run game that we have. But what you're seeing is the defensive line is able to get to Drew Davis, before he can really attack in the defensive backfield.
That was just what I was about to say. Gunnar Deaton having about 30 of those yards on that one touchdown drive long on the ground that we saw Gunnar running so strong. It looks like Justin is walking
carries?
in and looking for Coach Harris.
How many carries was that on that drive? For the 33 yards?
6-yard pass in there, so it was 32-27. Deaton had 5 carries, 27 yards, and Drew had 1 for 5.
Yeah, you kind of hope that during the halftime talk, and Justin could find this out, that, there was a conversation about physicality, because the Panthers just looked like they were not the most physical team there in the first half, but Dale, there's a second half of football, and we've got a chance to correct that.
Yeah, we're playing like we showed up for the homecoming dance instead of the homecoming football game on the offensive line. We need to get that together. This is not a slow dance.
Well, it looks like Justin's got Coach Harris.
I can't even speak right now. Papa Panther with me right now. Coach, we're 21-14. We got the win right now. If we stay kind of what we're doing, I don't feel like we're playing the caliber of football that you want the Panther defense, Panther offense to play with. But that's a really good, I guess, thing looking at it. 21-14. They're about to get the ball. What was your message going into halftime?
We just got to clean up some things. Defensively, they tempo run just like we told them all week. We didn't get lined up on about 4 or 5 plays, and then they're gaining gaps on us. It's all about an urgency to get lined up. I've always said, don't get beat by alignment and assignment. We're getting beat by alignment on tempo run game. So we get that corrected, we're going to be fine. I like what we're doing. I don't think they're going to take some tops off on us too much. We're going to make them do that. Or we just got to secure up the run game. Offensively, we've got to take care of the ball up front, man. We're getting beat up front bad, and we've got to make some adjustments up front. That's what we talked to them about, secure it up front. I like how we're running the football a little bit, but we're not pass throwing real well. There's things in the passing game that we really like. We just haven't had time yet, and they're doing a heck of a job bringing pressure on us. So, that was the kind of the message at half. But look, you got to love playing in a 21-14 ball game. I love to win 50-7, but I love coaching in games like this. It's going to be a great second half.
Yeah, absolutely. I think we're going to get after them. I think we're going to find rhythm offensively. Defensively, I think they've only earned 1 touchdown if you really look at it. So I'm looking forward to this half. Let's get after it.
Let's go. Let's do it.
And Justin, you, the old offensive coordinator, what's the adjustment you would make? Because the pass pro was the challenge in that first half.
Yeah, they're beating us with 4 guys up front. They're running past us. They're way more physical than we have been in the box play. I think, in order to take those guys out of the equation, we need to spread the ball around, get it out of the backfield as quick as possible. Give it to our athletes in space, make those guys, a non-factor. And here's the deal: when you're playing against 16, 17, 18-year-old kids, and the game becomes bored to them because they're not a factor anymore, they're going to naturally slow down and not be as eager to get to the backfield. So if we can kind of get in their feelings a little bit, I think it's gonna prove to be successful for us in the second half.
Dio, your key to victory was contain the quarterback. What grade would you give the PDC in that first half?
I mean, realistically, they did a really good job of containing the quarterback, but they haven't really tried to utilize the quarterback too much in even when he's been dropping back to pass, they've actually done a really good job of kind of stopping up all those openings. I watched some film last week against Marion, and he was able to get loose. So we're forming a pretty good pocket and kind of holding him in there. But like Coach Harris said, we've got to take care of that run game. That they're killing us on that little counter run that they're doing.
Terry, be the more physical team was your key. And I'm not sure that happened in that entire first half.
Yeah, I wouldn't say that we got a passing grade in that first half, at least not by the standard that I would want them playing at. But, there's 2 halves of football, and sometimes you get dominated a little bit in that first half, and you go back and regroup and come back with your ears pinned back.
You remember last week, I remember from the couch at home, it was 28-24.
Yeah.
In the third quarter, and it wound up 55-24.
Yeah.
Benton really put the hammer down in that second half. We need a repeat of that tonight.
We really do, and you know, even against Parkview, as you remember, we came out that second half, and Parkview kind of jumped on us in that third quarter, and everybody woke up, and then that big, long drive that was very physical. And I think when Benton plays physical football, we're a really hard team to beat.
So we've got 24 minutes left here on homecoming night. Panthers lead at 21-14 as we begin the second half with a Gabe Wilbur kickoff. And, boy, that's a low-line driver that's going to be returnable. It is bobbled. And now up the Sylvan Hills sideline. Pushed out of bounds is Tyler Blakely by Logan Hipskin and Brendan Murdoch. And Sylvan Hills will have it first down and 10 to open the second half.
We'll see how this PDC comes out and sets the edge and plays hard up front. Let's see if we can't get some pressure on that quarterback.
They're going to put it down at the 25-yard line. So first down and 10 Bears as we open the second half. Isaiah Howell in the backfield with Tyler Hampton. They bring Jackson Walker in motion, hand it off to Howell, and he's got running room. Boy, it looked like he was about to fumble the football. He's able to corral it and pick up 3 yards.
It was still a good job by the Panther defense corralling him up.
Who's that on the tackle? Monson?
Second down and 7. They hand it off to Hal again. That's definitely Monson on the tackle that time at the 30. A gain of 2. It's 3rd and 5. And talked about that counter run. Sylvan Hills goes to it on back-to-back plays to open the second half. 3rd and 5 at the 30.
Well, every time I lock in on Mattia, he is in that backfield quick.
Yep. At the far side end here on 3rd down and 5. High snap. Hampton can't retrieve it. Matias trying to wrestle it away from him, and now Hampton does secure the football, but it's back at the 19. That is a loss of 11, and it'll be 4th and 16 Sylvan Hills.
Or 4th and 16 on their own 20-yard line, and Dio, they are going to go for it. Well, maybe not.
Now they're going to send Caden Burnett, the JV quarterback, on. He's only going to take a 7-step drop. Panthers put nobody back. Boy, that was almost blocked by Monson. And what is A.P. Lewis
I don't know
doing?
what A.P. Lewis is doing, but if he watches this video, buddy, please get away from the football.
I think A.P. thought he was still on defense.
He thought it was a fumble back there or something. 30-yard punt by Burnett, and the Panthers are going to have it. First down and 10 right at midfield with 10:27 to go. And, boy, how big would a score be right here to open the second half?
That was a good start by the defense to come out. And
how did he miss that block? I mean, that ball just must have gone right between his arms.
So first down and 10, handed off to Deaton, and boy, Deaton has nowhere to go as Sylvan Hills again just dominating the Panther O-line up front tonight.
Well, I'm going to tell you right now, if I was picking a defensive MVP for Sylvan Hills, I'd be picking Cameron Johnson, number 52, because he spent more. He might get the Benton offensive MVP because he spent so much time in our backfield.
He has been one tough cookie up front for the Panther O-line to block tonight. 2nd and 15. Poot motions to the near side. Drew going to roll this way, looking downfield. Little double move by Poot, and the pass is wide of him, out of bounds. Nigel Casey in coverage. It's 3rd and 15.
Boy, that's just great job by Nigel Casey on that coverage. He didn't bite at all.
Well, that was All-Stater Malachi Summons. Is it Simmons or Summons? Summons. Okay. Thought that was a typo on there.
Well, he was an all-state linebacker last year. They moved him up to the line of scrimmage
he's
this
on
year.
End, but he's a rangy guy, 6'4", 230, and obviously can run.
3rd and 15. Drew pressured. Steps up into a broken pocket, now scrambling toward the Sylvan Hills sideline. He's going to scamper out of bounds at the 49, pick up 6, and it's 4th and 9.
That's a heck of a play by Drew Davis to even pick up what he picked up right there, because the way that defensive line's been getting after him, I mean, that's been a couple of sacks for them in previous plays, so good for him to get what he could get. Maybe we can get him pinned down here.
Dawson Daves is going to punt it away. Connor Stevens snaps. Sylvan Hills with nobody back to return. Pin them inside the 10 right here, boys.
Shanked it.
Shanksville.
But a good rollout.
Yep.
Well, I'll say again, anytime you're inside the 20, it's a win.
Noah Robertson downs it at the 17, so 32 yards on the punt, nothing on the return. And it's kind of a tug-of-war start here to the third quarter, Justin.
It is. Our defense did a great job of forcing them 3 and out. Hopefully they can do it again. Offensively, we still got to figure out a rhythm. They're doing a great job, though, in coverage on all 3 levels. So, we just got to figure out a way to get them off balance.
Hornets up 21-14 on Little Rock Christian early in the third quarter as Mattia flattens Hampton after he released that football high of his intended receiver. 2nd down and 10.
Boy, Mattia was tracking him hard. I thought he was going to get there, Dio.
I mean, I don't know if the quarterback has eyes in the back of his head or not, but he threw the ball like he did.
He had to feel the breath on the back of his neck.
I guarantee you.
They go back to the ground, and that's a good job by the center of the PDC to stop the runner after just a 2-yard gain. I believe that was Howell. Nope, that was actually Jeremiah Corey on the carry for 2 yards. It's 3rd and 8.
Connor Stevens all up in the middle of that one. I mean, I don't even know who you give credit to because half the team tackled him, but Connor Stevens got off the bottom of the pile, so he's going to get an assist on that one.
Absolutely. Love to see the gang tackling by the maroon-clad Panthers. 3rd down and 8, Sylvan Hills. Hampton with an empty gun as the old 838 rolls through town. Hampton rolls to his left, directing traffic, and Monson knocks it down, incomplete, and it's 4th and 8. Good job with a long wingspan of Weston Monson.
Well, and the discipline, too, to make that play. He saw he was going to throw the ball, waited until he got into his windup, and then elevated to knock that ball down.
Yeah, and he looked like he was about to dunk a basketball. Monson's not a short guy to begin with, but he elevated on that.
They're going for it.
4th and 8. Hampton in there. Takes a snap, pressured, setting up the screen to Corey. He's got blockers out in front, has a 1st down and more. As Trey Stewart is going to get him down in Panther territory. Wow, the screen pass has burned us twice tonight. And that is a huge gain all the way to the Benton 49, a gain of 32 and a 1st down.
You could see that play coming, and here they come with high tempo.
Duckery carries to the 44. That's a gain of 5.
Boy, Jim, if you look down too long, they're snapping the ball.
I know. I'm recording a tackle over here, and the next thing I know, the ball's out.
Duckery again on the carry, and he's going to be close to a 1st down as Shelton and Monson have combined on the tackle the last 2 runs. And they are going to move the chains. 1st down.
It looks like we've got one down. Maybe
it's Avian Beard.
Yeah, Avian Beard.
So Cason Wright will check in as Avian Beard, going to be assisted by trainer T.J. White and head coach Brad Harris. Looks like Brad with a little bending of the ear of the white hat while he's out there to check on Avian.
He may have got chop blocked that time, and they missed it. I think that's what the coach is upset about.
So 7:47 to go in the third quarter. Panthers lead by 7. Don't like it when the Bears get this tempo going. So they've got it at the Benton 39. Hampton takes a snap, hands it off. And that time Corey with the carry.
That ball's out.
Come out.
The ball did come out. Benton is jumping up and down saying that they've got it.
Fumble was forced by Bateman, I believe.
It was definitely recovered by him.
Mattia recovered the fumble.
Recovered it.
We've got a conference of zebras at the 36. And they're going to say second down for Pete's sake.
Oh, my goodness.
Well, and I'd say let's look at a replay, but we're not going to be able to see it because we're not going to have time.
Yep. They're up at the line, ready to go. Third quarter brought to you by Neo Home Loan. Second down and 7. As they give it off to Isaiah Howell, running right. Antonio Shelton with a good open field tackle after a 3-yard gain. It's third down and 4.
Well, the Panthers need to get lined up now.
Case and Wright in at noseman for the injured Avian Beard. Robertson and Mattia on the ends. Connor Stevens moves to the middle linebacker spot here on third down and 3. Oh, my. The Red Sea parted, and there goes Isaiah Howell. Touchdown, Sylvan Hills, as Isaiah Howell races 33 yards to the end zone, and Sylvan Hills is an extra point away from tying this game back up.
They ran that they ran that same looking play at least. I don't know how it was blocked at least 5 times on this drive, and they got positive yardage every time.
On for the extra point is Chase Isaac, and his kick is up, and it is good, and we are knotted at 21, guys, with 6:48 to go. And, Justin, I know they hit the big screen pass that time, but, man, the turbo tempo with the run game has been the Achilles heel tonight for the PDC.
Yeah, I mentioned earlier about, the getting in 16, 17-year-olds' heads when negative things happen or you get disinterested. Well, when you give up a 4th and, 8, 4th and 7?
It was 4th and 8.
4th and 8, backed up. As soon as that happens, the confidence of these kids go away, and you saw that right there. And obviously they're doing a great job with their tempo and their run game. But, when you get a team 4th and 8, you got to get off the field.
Yeah.
And that's something we got to do a better job of moving forward, or this is going to be a game that gets out of control pretty fast.
The Edward Jones agent Caitlin King drive summary. Sylvan Hills goes 83 yards in 7 plays, 2 minutes and 39 seconds. The 4th down and 8 at their own 19 conversion was the huge play in that drive as they onside kick it again, and that one is going to be recovered by Corey Anderson, and the Panthers will have it 1st and 10 at their own 44, have won the field position battle all night.
Well,
now take advantage.
Well, you got to take advantage at the line of scrimmage, and you don't have to do a whole lot. I mean, you've got a quarterback back there that can do a lot of things, but you got to give him time, man. And we're not blocking up front, and we've got to find a way to fix that.
So 1st down, they hand it off to Brendan Murdoch, and it looked like he had running room, but it closed up in a hurry. Malachi Summons and Ducey James, the ends, converged to tackle Brendan after just a 2-yard gain at 2nd down and 8.
They've obviously controlled the line of scrimmage with their front 4, and you've seen the 4-2-5 is now turning into a 4-1 box.
Yep. Sam Harris is checked in at center. Drew swings it out to Poot, and it's low. Poot makes the catch, but it's a loss of 2. We've got a bear down back at the 31-yard line, and Ben's going to have it 3rd down and 10.
Yeah, it looks like the way he flopped, it looks like he's got a bad cramp.
Yep. I think that's probably the first thing they teach you at trainer school is how to get rid of a calf cramp. Lift the leg.
Oh, boy.
Push the toes back.
I've seen that before where they just lock up and then just fall backwards because that leg won't move.
Sylvan Hills Training Corps in all pink out there.
Yeah.
It is October.
We got all the Everett pink vehicles right behind us here looking slick.
Is there a better month than October, guys? You got playoff baseball. You got the heart of football season. You got deer hunting. You got cooler weather. You got leaves turning at the end of the month. I mean.
And for all those pumpkin spice latte ladies out there.
Yes.
Pumpkin spice comes back into season about October.
Yeah.
You talk about playoff baseball. Now, my Red Sox took it on the chin last night. Are you turning the knife?
Sorry to bring it up, Mr. Fenway Park. Appreciate Josh
I wish
Turner.
we'd been in Fenway Park.
Hey, Josh Turner let me know the Rangers just hired Skip Schumacher as their new manager. I love that move. They're down in 10 as Drew sets up the screen for Corey Anderson. Boy, Corey somehow bounced off a huge hit from Zayden Woodard, but only to gain about 3 more yards as Pierre Grimes finished it off. Gain of 4, and Benton will punt it away on 4th and 6.
Well, I don't think Corey Anderson knows where he is. He just tried to high-five the ref because the ref had his hand out. I'm not kidding. I think Corey Anderson took a lick right there.
So Dawson Days to punt it away. It's a perfect snap from Stevens.
That's a much better kick than the last one.
Now, let's down that thing. Well, it's going to take a right turn and go out of bounds at the 7.
We'll take it. Now, let's go play some defense.
We got to play some defense. And I will tell you, man, that Drew's got to have longer than one Mississippi.
Bro.
You know?
The fact that front 4 is dominating our offensive line is the difference in this game.
100%.
Now, before the game started, we were talking as a broadcast team, and one of our broadcast members was pretty confident in a mercy rule victory.
I heard game's not over.
I agree. Game's not over, but
I remember a bet.
The Benton Panthers from last Friday better get off the bus and start playing, or somebody's going to be doing some push-ups.
Hampton pressured. Woodard on the run. Boy, he almost got to him as Hampton threw that away. Drake Woodard had safety in his eyes right there.
He sure did. And wow, that was great pressure by the Panther defense, and Hampton able to get that ball away and just throw it out of bounds. But boy, that's what you want to see.
2nd down and 10, and the Panthers offsides. Oh, Kaysen.
He was just excited. Let me at him, Coach.
He looked like he was going to try to sprint to the health department there when he took off.
Man, they don't need any help.
Yeah, they don't need any help, Terry. I agree with you.
Dakota Manchak checks in, 2nd down and 5. At the 12.
We need a turnover right here.
So they hand it off to Isaiah Howell. Antonio Shelton's going to ride him down at the 14. And that's going to leave Sylvan Hills with 3rd down and 3.
But as we've learned, this is 2-down territory for the Sylvan Hills Bears.
Yep. So an empty gun for Hampton. He looks right. He throws a sidearm bullet that Ryan Parham
skipped it.
Tried to snatch off the turf, incomplete. And here we go again, guys. 4th down inside their own 15. Need an absolute stop right here.
I'm calling screen.
Yeah, they got an empty backfield. They got the right backfield for a wide receiver screen for sure.
4 receivers to the right, 1 receiver to the near side of the field. Hampton claps his hands, takes the snap, fires, incomplete as he tried to get it to Ryan Parham, incomplete. And there's the stop, and you get the ball at the 14.
Yeah.
Guys, this is one of the situations. I'm going to brag on this guy for a second, but Drew Harris the time I've coached and worked with him for 5 years, this is where he was really good in the film room, really good in the boardroom. He always had good stuff dialed up inside the 20, especially on a change of possession. So I'm looking for something here. Probably just going to run it up the middle, but I would really like to see something, maybe score on one play, regain the momentum.
So we'll see what happens here. Oh, bad snap. And the Panthers are unable to fall on it. Mercy. Sylvan Hills recovers the fumble as Pierre Grimes fell on it at the 31-yard line. And the Panthers absolutely have shot both feet off.
What in the world is going on?
I have no idea what is going on right now. Justin, I would start warming up.
So
it's only 25. I don't have to warm up for that.
Panthers had it 1st and 10 at the 14th of Sylvan Hills, an errant snap, and the Bears recover, and on 1st down they hand it off to Duckery, and he's going to barely get back to the line of scrimmage as Mattia and company on the tackle.
Mattia was all over him. Mattia's been really getting into the backfield, but a lot of times I've noticed that on that drive that they scored on, we were having defenders go right by the running back, like as he was getting the handoff. So it was almost like they were hitting it so quick. Now they've gone away from the run.
Hampton on the scramble throws it away, incomplete. Now it's 3rd and 10.
Well, I hope Monson gets credit for a pressure there. But he was really key to breaking that play down. Hampton had rolled out. He was waiting for a receiver to get open, but Monson charged in and caused him to throw it.
Panthers had 12 hurries at Jonesboro last week. Pressure that time forced Hampton to throw it away. 3rd down and 10. Hampton again pressured, and Monson again making his presence known as that ball was batted away, and it'll be 4th and 10.
Yeah, I know we technically up here don't officially track pass breakups, but that's Monson's 2nd of the night. The first one being the one where he did the Air Jordan to knock it down.
You're going to probably find something else underneath. Panthers need to get quick pressure off of this snap.
4th down and 10, Bears at their own 31. Hampton throws to a wide-open Lacoby Bryant. There was a mix-up in the secondary, and Bryant's going to score. Panthers had a bust, left Lacoby Bryant wide open, and the 4th down conversions have absolutely burned Benton tonight. 69 yards on the touchdown on 4th down, and Sylvan Hills has gone up 27-21 with 3:37 to go in the 3rd quarter.
Boy, he was wide open, Dio. That was a blown coverage, and there wasn't anybody within 10 yards of him.
Listen, we talked about it before we went on air. I don't know what it is about 3rd quarters. Aside from the Jonesboro 3rd quarter where we scored twice, we had been losing 35-0 in the 3rd quarter. I don't know what we do at halftime, but we need to do something different.
Well, it's 49-0 at this point.
Well, no,
we got points.
We got points last week.
Oh yeah.
But we need to get some points this week and get this game tied back up.
As the extra point is good by Chase Isaac, and the Panthers, who came in tonight's game being outscored 42-10 in the 3rd quarter, have been outscored 14-0 here tonight. 4-play, 69-yard drive in 52 seconds, and that was after Benton had 1st and 10 at the Bear 14, D.O., and had the high snap.
High snap, 1 play, and we got 3 guys around it, and their guy wanted it more, just got a little bit more aggressive and went down and got it. Now, I also know that the way a football bounces, I'm not blaming that. I'm just saying, yeah.
Justin, the self-inflicted wounds tonight have been unbearable.
Yeah, guys, we've been gifted field position and been gifted phenomenal situations, and we're just not taking advantage of it. Here's another one. We're about to have great field position. Let's see if we can do something with it. And we've got to get off the field on 4th down. That's 2 times.
Yeah, pure and simple.
Well, and Justin, you'd agree with this. You know, football, such a momentum game, and when you've got a situation where now the team that's been down, you know, makes something happen, especially on a big 4th down play like that, just a busted play that turned into a huge play for them. I mean, we've got to come out on offense and we've got to do something. If anything, sustain a drive just to settle it down, right?
That's exactly right. Yeah, we've got to take their mo away from them. Hopefully we can put something together. If not, it's looking pretty sticky.
Caleb Johnson back in there at center. Drew Davis looking downfield, now throwing with a tightrope catch on the sideline. Boy, what a great footwork at the 47, a gain of 12, first down.
And what a scramble by Drew Davis to even have the opportunity to throw it, but that's the kind of play you need, to get going on some offensive rhythm.
Well, Drew's been running for his life all night. That was a senior play right there for Poot.
It's Drew going to throw for Easton Snellings, makes the catch. Up the Sylvan Hill sideline, cuts to the inside, makes another move down to the 27-yard line. That is a gain of 26 and a first down.
And what a beautiful throw, the way Drew Davis threw that to the outside and just beyond the arms of the defender, kind of up and over him a little bit, where only Easton Snellings could get it. That was a phenomenal throw.
Yeah, caught that corner leaking in a little bit and then just dropped that ball right where it needed to be.
So first down Panthers, and Madison Hurd a little over-exuberant. Going to get hit with a false start. Now Benton going to be in a 1st and 15 hole.
Man, the penalties have absolutely just killed us tonight. We just killed us.
Especially the timing of them.
I know.
You start getting into some rhythm. You start getting a little bit of momentum on your side, and then and
then you're having to start 1st and 15.
Drew drops back, throws, lobs it out for Carson Collard, who laid out, couldn't make the catch, just beyond his outstretched reach at the goal line. 2nd and 15.
Boy, yeah, that hurt. That took his wind away right there because he literally laid out. He knocked the wind out of himself going for that pass. That was a heck of an effort play on Collett's part.
A good throw by Drew, too. Just a little too deep. He had to throw it before he wanted to, and that caused it to be a little too deep.
2nd down and 15 Panthers as they condense the formation. The snap hit Easton Snellings, who was in motion. And, boy, we're just struggling right now, even with the center quarterback exchange.
Man, I mean, is it a full moon?
No, but it's close.
I mean,
it's
what in the world is going on?
The homecoming man does crazy things to people.
Well,
there we go. You got Sylvan Hills imitating the snap count and penalized 5 yards. So that may account for the odd snap right there.
Yeah, may account for some of these other snap errors, and they just finally caught it too.
2nd down, pitch out to Gunnar Deaton. Hadn't called his name in a while. And Gunnar is going to carry inside the 25 down to the 22. That's a 5-yard gain. It's going to leave Benton with 3rd down and 5. So you got Anderson, Snellings, Poot back in, split to the near side. JCB is the tight end attached to the left. And Pierre Grimes just came running off sides, and that should give Benton a 1st down.
Yeah, he was coming on the blitz. I was getting excited because a wheel route scores, and he didn't slow down.
No.
That's going to cost him a 1st down.
We hadn't called JCB's name in a while.
No, we have not. He caught the first pass of the game.
And I like him in the red zone. He's the tight end to the far side of the formation as Drew's going to swing it out to Carson. A little bit high, incomplete. It'll be 2nd and 10.
Boy, we talk about rhythm all the time, and I mean, we're struggling to find that rhythm.
2nd down and 10 Panthers at the Bear 17. Sylvan Hills leads 28-21 with 2:32 remaining in the third quarter. Handoff to Gunner. Running room. Gunner Deaton is down. Boy, they're going to mark him down at the 4-yard line. That is a 13-yard gain and a first down.
Panthers going with a little tempo here.
Back to Gunner. Running through the center of the line. He's going to be down to the 1. And I like Gunner tonight. Feed him. 2nd down and goal at the 1. Give it to Gunner again. In the end zone. Touchdown, Gunner Deaton.
Second one of the night. Good for Gunner.
And good for that offense and that offensive line being able to fire off and push them back into the end zone. Look at that great job.
Yeah, credit Caleb Johnson, Jaron Ginther, Barrett Pettit. Gabe Wilbur's extra point is good, and we're tied up again, guys. Boy, you talking about a seesaw game tonight, 28-28 with 1:57 to go, and the cannon fires.
You hear the homecoming court.
They scream every time.
Every time.
So, Justin, I like the answer right there to tie it back up.
Yeah, that was a must-need scenario right there. I think, the way they're playing offense, and I know I'm being a homer again, but if we can figure out how to create some rhythm, stop them on 4th down, we can snowball this thing into a 2-possession game pretty quick. But we've got to get off the field on 4th down. And I think we found something offensively. Even though they're not big plays or whatever, we started making them run side to side. We had some quick tosses out to the side on the left. We threw the ball swing to the right, making that defensive line have to move laterally. And then we got downhill on them a little bit. So I like what the offense did right there.
It's Gabe Wilbur's kickoff. Again, into the end zone for a touchback. Your Edward Jones agent, Caitlin King drive summary. 8 plays, 65 yards in 1:36. And it was capped off by 3 Gunner Deaton runs into the end zone. And the Panthers tie it back up at 28, and Sylvan Hills will start from their own 20.
Well, it's time for this defense to play like it's capable of.
Well, and they've played that way for the majority of the game, and then they'll give up a big play.
Yeah.
So 1st down and 10 Bears. So they go to a play-action pass. And the Panther defense read that one well as Tyler Blakely had nowhere to run. In fact, a loss of 5 after the catch.
Cordell Payne coming in and
Jason Kelly letting us know that God's team, Glen Rose, is up 48-0 over Magnet Cove. His words, not mine. 2nd down and 15. For Sylvan Hills, trips to the near side of the field. Hampton looking to the far side of the field and overthrows Duckery, his intended receiver. Monson in coverage. And it'll be 3rd down and 15, and we know Mark Kelly is going to go for it even deep in his own end, so big play right here.
Well, and I guarantee you, in his mindset, all he needs right here to make him feel comfortable going for it is 5 or 6 yards.
Yep.
If he can get to the 20, he's going for it.
Antonio Shelton is showing blitz. Sylvan Hills changes the play. They move Duckery to the sidecar to Hampton's right. Here comes the Panther pressure. Swing it out to Duckery, and I believe that was Austin Hill waiting on him on the edge.
Yeah, and how Antonio Shelton got out there to assist on that tackle, I have no idea. That was Monson out there with Shelton.
I thought it was Hill, but we'll give it to Monson.
The Panthers have got to figure out how to – it looks like they're going to punt.
Good job, defense.
Caden Burnett punts it. Cordell Payne fields it. Look at him return the football to the 33. I'm telling you, you catch those punts, it makes all the difference in the world. You let that roll, you lose 20 yards. You field it, you gain 10. It's 1st and 10 Benton at the 33.
Yeah, and you think about it, that's a net difference of 30, 40 yards sometimes, just not letting the ball take that bounce.
Yes. Yeah, his teammates are letting him know, too, that he did a good job returning that punt.
So 1st and 10 Panthers at the bare 32-yard line. Benton has owned the field position this entire quarter, and yet has been outscored 14-7. 39 seconds remaining, all tied at 28. Sparger motions. They fake to Deaton, swing it out. Nice move by Easton Snellings. Or Collett, excuse me. Collett made the catch, made a nifty move to pick up 4 yards, 2nd and 6.
Nice little quick tempo, too.
Panthers do not have to snap it before the end of the quarter. That's at 10 seconds. Drew Harris signals in the play. Looks like the Panthers are going to get one more snap off in the quarter, and now a change of heart. And we're going to the 4th quarter, all knotted at 28 here tonight on Homecoming at the Palace. You're watching Benton Panther football on the Benton Football Network.
It's Friday, so Panther fans are thinking about our friends over at Riverside Grocery. Everyone knows about their catering that's good as grandma's, but their breakfast and lunch are becoming a Saline County tradition. Deer season's just around the corner, and Riverside's also your headquarters for feed and game processing. So whether you're gassing up or grabbing those essential tailgating supplies, Riverside Grocery has everything you need. Drop by Riverside and start your weekend right.
Elliott Electrical Incorporated is a proud supporter of Benton Panther football, owned and operated by proud residents of Saline County. Elliott Electrical Incorporated is licensed in 16 states and counting, specializing in new commercial electrical contracting. We bring decades of experience and dedication that has allowed us to serve many communities for over 40 years. Go Panthers!
Glen Rose defeats Magnet Cove tonight 48-0. That game's gone final. Bryant 28, Little Rock Christian 14. In the 4th quarter, Mountain Home leads Shiloh Christian 34-33 in that big game up in Northwest Arkansas with 4:04 to go in the 3rd. Here we've got 12 minutes to decide it, all tied at 28 as Drew Harris is going to keep on 2nd and 6.
Go down, Drew.
And Drew is finally going to be tackled by Marcus Hurd. Forward progress to the 25, and Benton will have it 3rd and 3.
Man, I love the competitiveness and the toughness, but when the play's done, the play's done. Go down.
Well, that's that, a lot of injuries from for people fighting for extra yards.
Gunnar Deaton.
Speaking of guys fighting for extra yards.
I'm telling you, he got popped by Zayden Woodard and just rolled right off of it to pick up 5 yards and a first down.
I don't think it's rolled, Jim. He bounced.
Thank you. Thank you. We'll take it. 1st and 10 at the 20 as Drew pulls it, keeps it, and Drew lowers his shoulder.
I like that.
And runs over Nigel Casey, but a flag back at the 24-yard line.
And I don't like the flag, but I like the fact that I know Drew said something to that guy because he kept looking at him after it was over with, and I don't know what he said, but I hope it was, "I'll be right back. Stay here."
So the hold's going to back Benton up to the 30. It'll be 1st down and 20. Panthers with 11:08 to go in a very fun 6A East Conference game tonight.
Well, we can't get out of our own way on these penalties.
Yeah. Panthers bunch 3 receivers to the left, going to go to the lone man to the right, and that ball batted away from Corey Anderson by Devonta Clark.
Pass incomplete. Corey Anderson, the intended receiver. 2nd down, 20.
So you could hear the dulcet tones of a new dad in the background. Mason Woolbright, the voice of the palace. Again, congratulations to he and Holly as they are the proud parents of a baby boy. They named Ellis Christopher. 2nd down and 20. As Drew looks left, going to throw to a wide open John Curtis Barger inside the. They're going to mark him out at the 20. Looked like he caught it around the 18.
Yeah.
And now a flag comes in. Way late, there was a flag thrown, and the Bears look like they're dejected. Maybe a little too much barking after the play.
Going to get what unsportsmanlike.
Dead ball. Personal foul. Unsportsmanlike conduct.
Yep.
Number 5 of the defense.
Yeah.
Wow, what a big, big penalty.
Wonder what he did. He must have said something.
Kai Griffin, the free safety, hit with an unsportsmanlike. It moves the ball to the 10-yard line. It's 1st down and goal, Panthers. Barger gets credited with 10 yards on the reception. Tack on 10 more. And Mark Kelly now has 2 of the officials across the way getting an explanation on that penalty. That's a good crowd across the way on the Sylvan Hills side tonight.
Yeah.
Best one we've seen in a while.
Yeah.
Outside of the Salt Bowl.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
This is a good high school football game, though.
Yeah,
You like
is.
a game. I like mercy ruling people, but.
There's Drew.
Drew pulls. Drew dives and hits the pylon. That was a great fake and pull from Deaton and Drew Davis into the end zone for the touchdown to regain the lead for Benton 34-28.
Boy, I was following. I was tracking Deaton the whole time and then looked up and saw that Drew was already to the 10 with a lot of momentum.
Yeah. Well, they had a spy on Drew in their linebacker, but he got tied up with one of his outside backers. Couldn't get to Drew. The play worked out well.
Snellings will hold. Wright will snap. And Gabe Wilbur's kick is up, and it is good. Is Cannon about to fire? I'm ready for that screen. Oh, there it went.
They're doing the push-ups. They couldn't scream this time. They were busy doing push-ups.
And how about a homecoming court that's down there doing push-ups?
I love it.
There's a couple of them that might need to work on their form a little bit, but I'm impressed with them getting down there in those dresses. That can't be easy.
Hey, Justin, could you go down there and coach some push-ups in the homecoming court, please?
He may be doing some push-ups in the homecoming court.
No comment. I don't want you guys judging me later.
The Caitlin King agent for Edward Jones drive summary. 6 plays, 32 yards in a minute 52. And don't overlook Cordell Payne's 10-yard return on that punt. A short punt that Cordell fielded, set Benton up with great field position at the 32, and the Panthers punched it in. As Gabe Wilbur's kickoff is going to be fielded at the 1-yard line. So Sylvan Hills with a return. And Nigel Casey busts up the middle. Flag comes in late as Casey returns it to the 26, and we'll see what the flag's all about. It's thrown by the official way behind the return.
Yeah. Figure that's got to be a hold of some kind.
It does appear they're going to mark off yardage against Sylvan Hills.
During the return, personal foul, unnecessary. return team. The penalty for distance after distance to the goal. First down, Sylvan Hills.
So Michael Fry hit with a personal foul on the return. They're going to mark off half the distance, and credit Jerry Bridges for adding the referee mic.
Yeah.
That's a new addition to the Palace tonight. So we can hear the penalty explanation. Sylvan Hills has it first down and 10 at their own 18, following the personal foul on the return.
Boy, Sylvan Hills taking a page from us and really hurting themselves with penalties right now.
So Bears football at their own 18. And Hampton with a little zone read has running room. Breaks a tackle. Cordell Payne is finally going to wrap him up. Austin Hill comes over to help at the 28, a gain of 10, a first down. And now we've got a Panther down over on the Sylvan Hills sideline. Cordell Payne going to require assistance.
Cramping up.
Cordell having a good night tonight. 2 interceptions.
Yep. 2 interceptions. 5 total tackles.
A great punt return earlier.
Yes. And 2 cramping episodes.
And 2 cramps.
He's kind of been all over the field tonight.
Yeah. We're going to have to put some electrolytes in the drinking water or something in the.
Now, he and Elias were on the sideline last night cheering on little brother Manny.
Yeah. Now, what grade's Manny in?
He is a freshman.
Okay. Yeah, I coached Manny his 6th grade year. I came back to the PDFL for 1 year. And is he as good as a 9th grader as he was as a 6th grader? Because we pretty much just gave Manny the ball, and he made magic happen.
Manny is good.
Yeah.
But everybody else has kind of grown to his size.
I was about
in
to
6th
say,
grade, he was like Andre the Giant out there.
He was probably about the size he is now.
Yeah, correct.
Yeah.
So everybody's caught up with him, but he's still an incredible athlete.
He is an athlete.
In fact, the freshmen won last night over Central 50-36. They're now 3-3. 8th grade lost a great ball game to Bryant White 28-20. They're 3-3. Of course, the JV won Monday 31-20 over Sylvan Hills. JV's 5-0 on the season. But we'll face a test on Monday. They host Conway here. Justin, we'll let you give a 7th grade update after this play. First down and 10. Sylvan Hills at the 28-yard line. They're going to run wide with Isaiah Howe. Austin Hill was waiting on him at the 33, a gain of 5. Justin, how did the 7th grade do Monday?
Yeah, 7th grade went to Conway Monday, and they won 56-6.
Woo. Mercy.
So put up lots of points really quick.
Corey Rickett didn't take the foot off the gas, it sounds like. Second down and 5 is Hampton looking downfield, throwing underneath to Lacoby Bryant. That's a good open field tackle by A.P. Lewis.
Boy, it sure is. He was trailing him the whole time and was able to get to him before he got to that first down marker, setting up a 3rd and 2.
Big 3rd and 2 at the 36. Snap back. Hampton hands it off, looking for a blocker. That's a really, really good job by the PDC. As the give was to Corey, and he did not get anything. 4th down and 2.
Boy, and I wasn't watching the numbers, so I'm not sure which player did it, but they did such a good job of stringing that play out and then collapsing down on it.
4th down and 2. The Panther side, everybody stomping their feet. You can hear the shoes on the metal urging on the defense as Hampton pulls, keeps. Hill hit him, and it's going to depend on the spot. Boy, it is going to be close. And the far side official is saying first down.
Oh, I think they need to measure that. How do you call that without measuring it?
Well, he was quick to call it, too.
Yep.
Oh, come on, guys.
Move the chains. First down and 10 No time to belabor the point because Sylvan Hills goes right back at it.
That's going to
Pass incomplete as Logan Hipskin in coverage on Tyler Blakely deflected it for no catch.
The fact that they threw a flag earlier, I'm glad they didn't throw it, but that was PI.
Well, it did hit him in the head. Just saying.
Like phenomenal defense where I was standing. Phenomenal defense.
You got a better view than Dio has, Justin. I'm with you.
I'm saying I didn't say I didn't like it.
Is Isaiah Howell going to be tackled by Antonio Shelton, but not before he picks up 9 yards. It's going to be a 3rd down and 1 for the Bears.
Boy, he just doesn't need a whole lot. He just had a sliver and was able to squirt through.
Give it to Howell again, and Howell.
Oh, that ball's on the ground. That's a fumble.
Austin Hill has it. And again, we're going to have a meeting of the officials. This didn't turn out well last time. Benton defense is off the field. Point North. First down, Panthers. They're going to say fumble on the play. And here's a rewind to that one.
That's a good call. As you saw, that ball went down on the ground, and it was stripped as he was coming through the line. The ball was stripped out, got on the line, or got on the ground, and the Panther players fell on it.
Was that Hill or Monson? I thought it was Hill, but Mason said Monson. Did you catch it?
I thought it was Hill as well, but
I couldn't tell.
So first down and 10, Panthers with 7:48 to go in the fourth quarter. Benton leading by 7 at the 49. Drew Davis keeps. Drew Davis running hard down to the 39-yard line. There is that senior leadership picking up 10 and a first down.
Well, we found something that's working a little bit, and that is Drew Davis.
Yeah. First down and 10, Panthers at the 39. Give it off to Gunner. And look at the offensive line. Reset the line of scrimmage 5 yards downfield. The Grinders, just like they did against Parkview, Terry, taking over right here.
That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm looking for. I'm looking for that grind, that right in your face.
Now Drew going to air it out. Looking to the far side of the field for Corey Anderson. Makes a great catch at the 3-yard line. Jumps up, signals first down, 1st and goal, Panthers.
Yeah, Corey Anderson's just a playmaker. I mean, we saw this last week in Jonesboro. When he has the opportunity, he can make something spectacular happen, and that was a good example, just high pointing the ball.
So they hand it off to Gunner, fumbles the football. Drew Davis recovers it, and
well, that defender was almost took the handoff. He was in the backfield, and I mean that's not Gunner Deaton's fault. That's just you don't even have your hands on the ball yet, and you're getting hit.
Brendan Murdoch checks in the backfield. 2nd down and goal, Panthers at the 12 following a 9-yard loss. Davis takes a snap, looking left, firing left for Poot.
Oh, he dropped it.
Tried to make a circus catch and couldn't hold on to it, and it'll be 3rd down and goal.
That was a good defensive play, though, because Poot did have it in his hands, and the defender kind of came around the top of him and smacked it loose. That was a good throw and catch. If we just had a little more separation, that'd have been a touchdown.
So 3rd and goal, Panthers at the 12-yard line. As they look to the sideline, 6:04 to go in the fourth quarter. Benton leads at 35-28. Drew Harris signals in the play. Drew Davis takes a snap. Looking left. He's pressured. He steps up. He is hit. Ball comes loose, and Sylvan Hills has recovered it as Drew was smoked from behind, and coming up with that fumble was Marcus Hurd, and Sylvan Hills is going to take over at their own 12-yard line.
Well, and I was thinking, even if we don't get it a touchdown, a field goal still puts you up 2 scores.
Yep.
You know, and that's a huge, huge difference. But for us to fumble it there changes the dynamics of this drive.
That is disastrous because that's all you really needed. You just run that inside, center the ball up, and you've got a 2-score lead. And the Panthers finding a way.
It's Tyler Hampton keeps. He tries to get around Austin Hill, who forces him out of bounds near the 25-yard line. It's going to be a gain of 12 and a first down for the Bears.
Gain of 12, good for Sylvan Hills first down.
Boy, the mistakes that tonight, very unlike this Panther team.
Hampton keeps, and he is going to be wrapped up and thrown for a loss. Was that Bateman or Stevens? That's Connor Stevens, 38.
But I'll tell you this, that defense hadn't quit.
Nope.
They're playing tough.
That's his second sack of the night.
Big loss of 7, 2nd and 17 for Sylvan Hills. Clock under 5.5 to go. It's Hampton. Airs it out. Is that caught? Wow, what a catch by Caden Williamson, the 5'9 junior for Sylvan Hills, along their sideline at the 49-yard line. Gain of 32 and a first down.
Hey, sometimes the other guy makes a play.
Yeah.
That's one of those where the coverage was pretty good, and he just went up and made a play.
He did make a play.
Tip your hat. First down and 10, Sylvan Hills. Hampton looking again for his receiver, Antonio Shelton, in coverage. Tried to hit Jeremiah Corey, and it looks like Corey may be battling a cramp over there, out of bounds after that play.
They just run another one on, and they're already ready for the snap.
It's a handoff coming near side is Duckery. He gets a block. He turns the corner. He cuts back inside. E.J. Duckery, 51 yards for the Sylvan Hills touchdown. With 4:57 to go in the fourth quarter, it's now 35-34.
All I was doing was looking for flags. I was there's got to be a flag somewhere, please.
There were 2 holds downfield, and neither one of them was called, and they get a 51-yard touchdown out of it.
I mean, listen, Seven did a good job. Yeah, I mean, here's the deal. I don't think you throw a flag on either of those, Terry. I mean, that's blocking is holding.
Well, and
to a degree.
Sylvan Hills is going to go for 2 here, guys.
Are you kidding me?
35-34, Mark Kelly rolling the dice to try to take the lead. Hampton drops back, sets up the screen for Duckery. He's short of the end zone. The play fails. Weston Monson with a huge play, and now the Panthers still hold a 1-point lead with 4:57 to go.
Why in the world would you chase points? I mean, I know there's 5 minutes. Justin, what's the point in that?
I'm not real sure, to be totally honest with you.
I just wanted to see if there was like some coaching philosophy out there that, you know.
Yeah, the only thing I can think of is maybe they've watched film, right? And what did we do the last time we had a lead? Or it was a close ball game. We milked the clock. We had a great drive. You know, maybe he was thinking that was the last time they were going to touch it.
Well, but.
And they're probably going to onside it here as well. So they're going to give themselves an opportunity to try to get the ball back, I would assume.
May I take you back to 2019?
Please.
When Brad Harris faced off with Mark Kelly, and it was a 2-point play that the Panthers didn't convert that gave Searcy a win.
That is correct.
Yeah.
Turnabout is fair play.
I mean, yeah.
Well, the Panther offense is going to have to take charge of this ball game right here.
The onside kick that has been prevalent all night. There is a mass of humanity at the 48-yard line as the referees are pulling bodies off the pile. It appears Benton has recovered the football. And it'll be first down Panthers at the 48-yard line. Now, Justin, I know what your idea would be, but what do you think the Panthers need to do here? Are you milking clock and trying to escape with this 1-point win, or are you staying aggressive?
I'm an aggressive mentality kind of guy. I'm not a big fan of milking the clock and trying. I think bad things happen when you do that. But
agreed. I'm going to score. I'd rather win by 8 than 1.
It's Drew Davis fakes the pitch, keeps, and Cameron Johnson, who has had a whale of a ball game for Sylvan Hills, makes a tackle for a 1-yard loss. It's 2nd down and 11.
Well, I will tell you this: if Sylvan Hills doesn't give him Player of the Week, I mean, Cameron Johnson has been everywhere in our backfield tonight.
2nd down and 11 as Drew Davis going to throw the out route. Corey Anderson can't hold on to it. And it is 3rd down and 11. Big down right here for the Panthers with 4:18 to go. Benton leading 35-34. Brad Harris and the defense emerge from the huddle tent. Drew Harris signals in the play. 3rd down and 11. Drew Davis rolls to his left, throws it downfield, and Corey Anderson unable to hold on to it as Justin Ray saw something there, Justin.
He did a double move.
Yeah, it was a double move. Corey turned the wrong way. I'm not real sure why he did that, but he won the route, and then he turned over his outside shoulder. It was a come back and go. He should have been turning over his inside, so I'm unsure exactly why Corey did that. But he won the route, but he didn't give the quarterback any room to throw the football.
So 4th down and 11. Dawson Dave's going to punt it away. Sylvan Hills with nobody back deep. Let this puppy roll. Inside the 10. Keep going, ball. Inside the 5. There you go. It's going to be down to the 3-yard line. So with 3:57 to go, Sylvan Hills has it 97 yards away, and the Panthers leading 35-34.
Hey, how about Dawson Daves tonight?
Yeah.
That's about 4 punts that have been inside the 20 and 2 that I can think of that were inside the 10.
Yeah, he's had a couple of good ones. He also had one that was a net of 13 yards, but we're not going to talk about that one. That's just – we've punted a lot more tonight than we usually do. I'll say that.
So 1st down, Sylvan Hills from their own 3-yard line. Hampton takes a snap in his own end zone. He keeps. He has running room. Panthers giving chase, and they're going to say he stepped out of bounds. We've got a flag down, and we've also got, is that one of the chain crew down over there, or was that a ball boy?
It was a ball boy.
Looks like we got holding.
Yeah, so that'll be a 1.5-yard penalty.
I guess Terry got in their ear. Now they're going to start calling it.
They've been doing it tonight.
Man, I saw the ball boy on the ground over there.
I didn't know what was going on.
I thought somebody run over the chain gang.
I did too. Actually, mark it at the 4.
Boy, it sure would be good to get somebody to get some penetration here and get a stop in that backfield.
Hampton drops back into the end zone. He airs it out for Blakely, and Blakely can't hold on to it off his fingertips. Incomplete. Trey Stewart in coverage.
Well, we got away with one right there. Man.
You know, it looked like Trey got his arm in right there in time and deflected the ball away.
Yeah, I thought it was great coverage by Trey and good timing on the ball.
Oh, no, I didn't mean it was a penalty. I just mean we got away with one. I thought it hit him right in the hands. I thought the receiver was about to catch it.
It did, yeah. The timing and everything looked good. I was over here kind of pretty concerned, but Trey came in late with his hand. Really good job.
That is a good job.
2nd down, give off to Duckery. And Duckery's going to be tackled by Shelton, Stevens, and Mattia at the 9-yard line. A gain of 5. It's 3rd and 4.
For the record, there were 8 Panthers on that tackle.
How do you count an assist? If you get a hand on if you get a hand on the offensive player, does that count?
Here we go. 3rd down and 4 at the 9-yard line. Big play. Hampton fakes to Duckery, keeps running left, lost yardage. Mattia gets off the bottom of the pile. Stevens off the bottom of the pile. Drake Woodard was in there as well, and it's 4th down and 6.
Well, here it is, boys. Biggest play of the ball game right here.
4th down and 6, Bears. Going for it on their own 8-yard line. Clock at 2:44 and counting. Duckery set to the right of Hampton. Takes a snap, looking left, firing left, catch is made, and it will be a 1st down as Jackson Walker hauled it in. Logan Hipskind on the tackle. 1st down, Bears.
Well, that was just good execution by Sylvan Hills. The coverage was there. They threw the ball where it needed to be, and he made the catch.
Yep.
It's Panthers struggling to get aligned on this one. Hampton floats it out, and trying to make a one-handed catch was Parham. Incomplete at 2nd and 10.
Well, I'm glad you saw the same thing. Did he really just reach out and try to one-hand that instead of catching it with 2 hands?
Yeah.
He would not play for Benji White, I can tell you that.
I promise you that.
Well, he's not playing for Sylvan Hills on this down as he went to the sideline. 2nd down and 10. It's the handoff to Duckery. He's coming near side.
Oh.
Gets around the corner, and there goes Duckery. Flag comes in as Duckery makes a Panther miss. Finally brought down by Trey Stewart, but it's coming back.
Is it gonna be a 1st down? Will it be a spot foul?
It depends on where the actual flag is. There were a couple of holds.
Yeah, it looked like the guy was looking about 25 yards down the field. So I'm not real sure where the spot's going to be, but if it's where I saw it, I think the hold occurred right there around the 16, 17-yard line.
Well, I saw a block in the back, so I thought that's what he was throwing it for. Yeah.
Well, that's the one that got called. They missed the hold, but they got the block in the back, and he's still going to have a 1st down, but that's going to back him up.
No, I don't. Is he?
Yep.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, they're going to put the ball down at the 28-yard line. So it's a 23-yard gain, and then a block in the back by Sylvan Hills, going to back them up 10, and it'll be 1st down Sylvan Hills at the 28-yard line. So, it's drama. It's anxiety tonight with 2:13 to go, 35-34. And it's going to be up to the PDC, Terry, to make a stop right here.
Well, I mean, they're going to have to execute for 4 plays. They can't execute for 3. They've been getting themselves in a situation where they play super well for a couple of plays and then give up a big long one.
You know, let me put you guys in the mind of offense coordinator real quick. I just talked to Drew, and this is kind of one of those scenarios as an offense coordinator while you're thinking every single play your scenario changes and your scheme changes. So I'm anxious. I wish I could just go over there and let Drew talk to me out loud and mic him up, because this is one of those situations where every single play that is called and every play that happens and each second that runs off the clock changes the scenario in an offense coordinator's head.
Great insight.
Here we go. 1st down and 10. Bears at their own 28-yard line. Hand off to Howell. He breaks a tackle. Howell is loose. Howell is in the open field. Isaiah Howell is going to score.
What?
That is a 72-yard touchdown run with 2:02 remaining by Isaiah Howell, and the Bears have regained the lead at 40-35.
I'm just glad they did it with 2 minutes left, so we have the time to get the ball back.
2 minutes is plenty of time for our offense.
That's more than enough. That's time for 2 drives.
You know, like I was saying, as offense coordinator, that's honestly probably the best scenario that could have happened.
Yeah.
You know, with the mentality that you're supposed to have as an offense coordinator, that is the best thing. Now you have 2 minutes, 2 timeouts, all the time in the world. let's just go down there and score. This right here is a big, really big play.
So Sylvan Hill's going to go for 2 and try to take a 5-point lead up to 7. Hampton takes a snap, looking left, looking center, now scrambling right, throws on the run, and that ball is deflected and incomplete. And I'm not sure if it was Austin Hill or was it Messiah Holloway that got a paw on that one.
I couldn't tell who got the paw on it. That's Trey Stewart that was on that side, so it had to be Trey.
Here we go on the replay. Austin Hill.
Oh, that was Austin Hill. I thought you said Messiah Holloway. My bad.
I meant Major, 49. So the Edward Jones agent Caitlin King scoring summary after the excellent Dawson Daves punt. Sylvan Hills goes 97 yards and 7 plays in a minute 55, Terry, to go up 40-35.
Boy, it's a gut punch for sure, especially when you have such a big run like that to take the lead.
Now, we have seen Sylvan Hill's onside kick, Dio, all night long. They've got a 5-point lead with 2:02 remaining. Might we see them kick it deep here?
I don't think – honestly, the only thing I can think of is I don't think he necessarily trusts his kicker. That's why we may have seen the 2-point conversion when it didn't make sense. So I don't know that his kicker can kick it. I think he's more afraid of a long return.
They squib it. Corey Anderson's going to let it go all the way back to Cloud. And Cloud is not going to be able to return it due to the coverage by Zeke Carruthers. And Benton's going to be 72 yards away as they're going to set up shop at their own 28.
So kind of a in-between, kicking it deep and a onside little squibber. Put us back probably the worst field position we've started from after a kickoff all night. Well, it is. It's got to be.
So a 5-receiver set, empty gun for senior quarterback Drew Davis on first down. Takes a snap, looks left, throws, catch made by Collett, but he is immediately hit by Nigel Casey at the 30-yard line, just a 2-yard gain.
Yeah, the Panthers a little behind schedule right now. The clock is still running. No, he got out of bounds, so the clock is stopped at a minute 52.
Panthers have 2 timeouts remaining. Second down, hits Collett in the seam. Casey makes the tackle at the 37. It's going to leave Benton with 3rd and 1. As Panthers hurry to the line. Clock at 1:37 and counting. Davis barks out the signals on 3rd down and 1. Takes a snap, throws through the hands of Corey Anderson, incomplete, and it's 4th and 1. Boy, it's all come down to this one right here. You got to convert this 4th down.
Gee willikers.
4th down and 1 Panthers. 5-receiver set. Game clock stopped. Snap clock at 15. Drew takes a snap. He's just going to keep and run and pick up the first down to the 39. Sylvan Hills is acting like they had stopped him, but clearly a first down as Drew needed 1, got 2. First down Panthers at the 39. Clock running at 1:15. Drew takes a snap. He's looking for Poot on the wheel. Poot catches it in stride out of bounds. All the way down to the Bear 24-yard line.
Boy, Dio, he beat him on that first move and got behind him, and, man, what a beautiful pass.
I was about to say the pass was perfect because he didn't have but about a half step on the defender. That was a phenomenal pass and a great catch.
37 yards. Drew Davis to Poot Collett, the Droot combination.
Droot.
With a minute 8 to go. 1st and 10, Benton at the 24. Drew Flat-footed, throws into coverage. Oh, thank goodness. As a Bear was the closest one to that one, and unable to intercept it was Jamarcus Flowers, thank goodness.
Boy, every time he throws off of that back foot, I think, man, just throw it out of bounds.
Well, and I think that's what he was really trying to do right there. I don't know if he was trying to throw it up, because that's –
There was massive defensive holding on that play. I'm not real sure how that did not get called.
And that may be why it was so bad.
Second down and 10. Davis pressured. Going to scramble up the Benton sideline as the pocket broke down, and he's out of bounds at the 18. A gain of 6. It's 3rd and 4.
Boy, this is what I was talking about with the offensive line earlier. They don't have to do a lot. They just have to do a little. And that time right there, he had Poot wide open behind the defenders for a touchdown, but he didn't have time to throw the ball.
Yeah.
55 seconds remaining. Big 3rd down and 4. Panthers at the Bear 18. Going to hand it off to Gunner, and Gunner is going to be wrapped up by Ducey James, the defensive end, for no gain. And it's 4th down and 4, and Brad Harris takes a timeout. So you got 4th and 4 at the 18. Justin, our OC, what are you thinking right here? It's game on the line.
Yeah, you're going to try to find number 2. I think everything you're thinking right now, you're going to put the ball in number 7's hand, and you're going to find a play that gets the ball to number 2. That's what my mindset would go to that. Who's the best receiver on the field right now? In my opinion, it's number 2. Another guy that I think Terry mentioned earlier, Barger, is another one that I think if we could figure out a way to scheme him up, he's a sure-handed guy. So either Barger or Poot put the ball in 7's hand. We know we have to get 4 yards or more to have a chance to win the football game. So hopefully we can dial some up.
Well, and right now, if it comes down to fan volume, Sylvan Hills is bringing it.
They are bringing it.
Panther fans finally get to their feet over here to cheer on the Panthers. Big 4th down and 4. It's all come down to this right here as Poot motions out, now motions back in. They give it to Easton, flip it back. What in the name of sense was that?
That is, man,
I'm not even sure what that was.
That was
Good gravy.
Jiminy Christmas.
That was just hand it to him on a platter.
Justin, I'm not sure what we just saw.
Guys, to be honest, I wasn't looking in the backfield. I was watching Poot and his pre-snap motion and seeing kind of what he was going to be doing. So my assumption is he handed the ball off and then it was going to be a flea flicker.
Well, he handed it off to Easton, who was trying to throw it back to Drew. And
that one's going to be a little hard to explain on Monday morning.
Yeah, that's one of those. I feel like if it's executed perfect, it's probably phenomenal. But I think Drew would probably wish he could call that play again and just go with, a simple, one of those little inside slants or outs or whatever that has worked, really effectively. I mean, I would think when the game is on the line in 4th down, you call your best play, not, because I don't know how often you practice that play that they just did, but you don't practice it as much as you practice a lot of the others. I know that much. But that's just Dio's opinion.
Well, surely you go to your best play on a 5-yard gain.
Yeah, guys, there's lots of things you can do. You can second guess so many things, but
yes.
at the end of the day, we shot ourselves in the foot over and over and over again. I could probably point out 6 or 7 different scenarios that I'm not real sure how, the scenario turned so awkwardly against us.
At least 12 plays.
Right.
Yeah. I mean, football. A lot of people like to. That's the thing. Field goal kicker misses a field goal to lose the game, and everybody, it's like, we don't have a kicker. Well, there's a whole bunch of plays in football, and it's never one play that does it. So, yeah, I agree with you. The defense couldn't stop the run when it mattered. Offense, finally kind of figured out how to start manufacturing some yards and making some stuff happen. But we did shoot ourselves in the foot.
Well, you only have 10 toes, and they're all gone tonight. And when you look at average starting field position, don't have time to tally it up. Sylvan Hills started all night inside their 20.
Yeah.
We started most of the night around midfield.
Yeah, right around the 50.
And mercy. Panthers go down tonight 40-35 on homecoming to the Sylvan Hills Bears. We're going to step aside for 2 minutes and come back with the postgame show tonight of a heartbreaking homecoming loss. True Gentleman and True Boutique are Saline County's premier shopping destinations. No matter the occasion, let us help you find your style. From the beach to the golf course, the office, or even a special night out, come check out our huge selection of merchandise. We even provide suit and tuxedo rentals. Located in downtown Benton in front of the Farmers Market Pavilion, it would be our pleasure to serve you. We are proud of our Benton Panthers and wish them luck this season. Go Panthers!
So as a kid growing up in Benton, I dreamed of being a football player for the Panthers. And once I got into high school, I got to live out that dream. And the support every Friday night from the community here in this place is really, really special. Now that I'm a mortgage lender, it is my turn to support you. If you are looking to buy a home or refinance a loan, come see us at Neo Home Loans in downtown Benton.
Tonight's game is fueled by Lane's Chicken Fingers, your local spot for crispy hand-breaded chicken, house-made sauces, and hand-spun milkshakes. Lane's has been serving up finger-licking greatness since 1994 and is now proud to call Benton home. Whether you're celebrating a win or feeding the team, Lane's is just around the corner. Visit us today at 2110 Highway 5 North, right behind Kroger in Benton.
I forgot exactly the point of the game. It was late. We didn't convert.
We're back.
All right, welcome back for our post-game show tonight. It is a very disappointing homecoming crowd that vacates the Palace tonight on the post-game, brought to you by Midtown Mechanical, as Sylvan Hills wins at 40-35. And, boy, you're going to look back at this one, look back at the film on this one, Dio, and it's just going to be sick to your stomach.
Yeah, there's going to be some when they do the film study on this, I think the coaches are going to get a little fired up, and when they go over this with the players, I think the players are going to be a little disappointed in some of their execution. So, tough game. I mean, I knew after watching some film on the Sylvan Hills Marion game that this was a different Sylvan Hills team than we saw last year, and it obviously is. That, much more, way better coached than they were last year. Their execution was a lot better, and I don't know if it was the extra motivation that a team gets for being scheduled as your homecoming that fired them up, or if it's the distraction of homecoming week for the Panthers. But our defensive performance has been stellar all year against even Bryant. And we came out tonight and really just couldn't stop them.
And one of the struggles against the 3-3-5 has been that misdirection. Bryant has hit us with that year after year after year. And Sylvan Hills really leaned on that tonight, that misdirection sort of counter run that the Panthers just had a hard time stopping as Brad Harris makes his way over to Justin Ray. Justin, we are ready for you whenever you are.
All right, I'm here with Coach Harris. Obviously, I can't. You're disappointed. I'm disappointed. We're all disappointed, right? But just tell me a little bit about kind of how do we respond from here?
Well, I think we got to come back to work Monday. Bottom line, I mean, it is what it is. We got to own it. We made a lot of mistakes at the end of the ball game. We had a chance to seal it, have a turnover. You know, I don't know how long that run was, how long the pass play was. You know, and everybody's tired. All right, but it's about manning up, and it's about making plays at the end of the ball game, and we didn't take care of business. Okay, that's all on us as coaches, us as players, everybody, top to bottom. But had plenty of opportunities tonight, and just couldn't cash in when we need to, Justin.
Yeah, absolutely. I felt like we had so many opportunities. We even were in a position to go 21 unanswered points, and then we're down there, I think inside the 10 maybe, and we turned the ball over, and then kind of snowballed after that. But for me, looking at all the scores around the state and understanding our conference, it looks like it's still wide open, right? It's still wide open, and we still have an opportunity ahead of us. And obviously, I know you very, very well, and you're going to right this ship. It's already, we don't have to write anything, but we're going to get our guys ready. Next week's going to be another tester. I think every week is going to be a tester. So we got to make sure we kind of, I guess you can explain that better as a coach.
Hey, we're going to be fine, okay? We're not going to push a panic button right now, anything. We got to get some mistakes corrected. I mean, think about the turnovers. All right, think about the missed tackles right there. And we're doing some things this year. We don't have the secondary support that we've had in the past because we're playing a lot more man coverage. And, we got to get better at reading a decoy and a route. We had guys running off and, just kind of taking it easy. All right, when his guy's loafing, we're loafing. So we've got to readjust, and we got to make some adjustments. That's all it comes down to. It comes down to who wants to win late in the game. We had opportunities, plenty of opportunities. We're down here ready to go up 10 with whatever it was, 2.5, 3 minutes to go in the game. Turn it over. All right, can't do it. All right, we're in field goal range. But, we just got to take care of the football, and defensively we got to come up with some stops. I'm going to tell you what, their running backs are all three good. And they kept fresh legs in, and they pounded on us. They tempoed run, and that was a concern that they were going to tempo run us and everything, and they wore us down just because of their backs. And their offensive line was a little better than what we anticipated, what I anticipated. But we'll get it right. All right, we got home game next week with Sheridan, and we'll get them taken care of this week in practice.
Absolutely. We haven't been in this, situation in a long time, but we've been in it before, and, having a short memory is part of the game, and being an athlete and being a competitor. So I have no doubt. I'm excited about next week. We're back home, correct? Playing Sheridan. Right. So let's get after it.
We did this in, it was 2022 when we dropped one to Catholic and righted it and won out, the great thing about it is Marion beat these guys. We beat Marion at the end. We take care of business like we need to, and who knows what's going to happen between now and then. I think it's a very balanced conference. I think, I don't know what Sheridan did tonight, but they're going to be good. El Dorado's going to be tough up there, see what happens. But, there's a lot of football left to play. We're just at the halfway point, and, we got 5 games, and we got 5 games that we're planning on winning.
Absolutely. Well, I'm fired up about what we're going to see next week, and let's get after it. I appreciate it, Coach.
All right, appreciate you guys. Thanks a lot.
El Dorado defeats Marion tonight 28-21 at Marion. Jonesboro up 41-36 on Sheridan, a couple of the games that were mentioned there. So it does look like a very anybody can beat anybody kind of league this year.
Yeah, it absolutely does. I was worried about this game coming into it just because of the way they played against Marion. And Marion is usually pretty solid, pretty consistent. So I was curious what kind of game we'd see tonight. I didn't think we'd lose, of course. I mean, I thought at the end of the day it would be a competitive battle, but I could have seen it being 50-something. I didn't think Sylvan Hill's defense was going to be what they were. That's what shocked me.
Yep, very impressive. And as Will, you got the final numbers to punch up there. The one that really stands out to me, Terry, is the rush yards for Sylvan Hills, 337. This has been a really solid rush defense all season that just got gashed tonight.
Yeah, they really did a good job of doing that. And look, man, 562 yards total offense. I mean, that's the Panthers really played well for 2 to 3 plays, and then would really give up 2 to 3 plays.
Look at that 5 of 8 fourth down conversions. That right there is I mean, you could say a lot of things are the difference in the ball game, but 5 of 8 on fourth down conversions, 1 of 8, 2 of 8 is more of what you'd expect. But 5 of that's better than 50%. That's why he was going for it. Yeah. I mean, when you're able to convert on that, you don't really care about third down conversions. I mean, if you think about it, though, that's 7 of 24. Converting 7 of 24 third or fourth down conversions, and I mean, one of those fourth down conversions was a touchdown. 2
of them were inside their own 20.
Yeah.
But, hey, look at the other side of the page, guys. 2 of 13 for the game, for the Benton Panther offense.
Yeah.
I mean, I can't remember a time when we were 2 of 13.
Well, the penalties catches my eye, not because we had a ton of yards, but, they had 3 penalties. We had 8. But it's when our 8 penalties occurred.
Yep. They were drive killers.
At the beginning of a drive or in the middle of a drive where we're moving the ball. Now, we overcame some of those, but, for us to only put up 323 yards speaks volumes about the defense that we played tonight. I mean, 323 yards is not technically a bad night for an offense, but the fact that we really – I mean, most of those rush yards came from Drew Davis – for the most part. I mean, I'm going to say he's probably our rushing leader again. Gunnar Deaton had that, pretty good drive and had a couple other good runs, but 76 yards on the ground is not ideal.
Well, it's not what we're used to.
No.
But candidly, we've played like that the entire year. I mean, we've been kind of underperforming on the ground.
Yes.
The entire year.
Yeah, we don't have – well, and here's what I'll tell you is from keeping the tackle chart tonight, I can tell you that there are more tackles that we recorded. Tackle numbers went through the roof tonight simply because of the fact that our defense played so many plays against their offense. I mean, Antonio Shelton had 12 tackles. Mattia had 10 tackles. Monson had 10 tackles. Austin Hill had 8 tackles. So, I mean, and there's tons of guys that have, a bunch of tackles. Trey Stewart, 6 tackles. And Trey Stewart doesn't usually record but 1 or 2, on the tackle chart because he's a cornerback. But he had 5 unassisted tackles. That's when you know that you're not having a great defensive night is when your cornerbacks and safeties are making, quite a few tackles. So –
we got to get a couple of Neo Home Loans MVPs.
Well, there wasn't a ton of bright spots in our defense, but Cordell Payne with 2 interceptions, the first 2 interceptions of the season, both coming in, I don't know if they were back-to-back drives, but they were close to it. He also made some pretty good he had 5 tackles on the night, 2 of which were unassisted, and
a good punt return.
I mean, he played well. There's a lot of good defensive we had quite a bit of good defensive play from an individual standpoint, but I would vote Payne simply because of the interceptions. I mean, 2 interceptions is pretty big.
Terry?
Yeah, I would probably go with Payne as well. I thought the punt return, even though it's technically not defense, I thought that was it came at a really key point in the game, and then obviously one of his interceptions led to a score, and so. I would a critical score, and so I would go with Payne as well.
So we're going to go Payne for the second time in 3 weeks.
Are we?
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean,
yeah. Well, So it's a tough call tonight.
I mean, you could go Monson. Monson had 10 tackles, 2 pass breakups. I mean, he had a good game too.
Well, that would be the second time in 2 weeks.
See, that's my thing. and then you could go Antonio Shelton, but Shelton was, was probably 3 weeks ago.
Yeah.
That's the problem is we need we need a couple more guys stepping up on defense and really making plays.
Tell you what we got to do, because we're behind on commercials
tonight
for homecoming. Why don't we let Will run these sponsor ads that we need to get in, and we will debate. We will debate while we give our fine sponsors their due, and we'll come back and finish it up tonight on the Benton Football Network.
For more than 30 years, Truman Ball Real Estate has proudly served Sylvan County, helping neighbors buy and sell homes while treating every client like family. Scott and his team at Truman Ball love Benton Panther football and would be honored to be on your team too. Truman Ball Real Estate, where clients become family.
Congo Fireplace and Patio has been Benton's go-to place for all your hearth needs since 1920. Stop by now and see over 20 live burning displays. With the South's largest selection of gas logs, gas inserts, and wood-burning stoves, Congo has what you need to heat your home this winter. Get any accessory you need for your fireplace and stove in one place. Plus, see the largest selection of pellet stoves. With over 90 years of combined sales and service, there's no other place to shop.
Does your financial advisor take the time to really listen to you? When you work with Caitlin King, your Edward Jones financial advisor, she focuses on what's important to you. You'll work together to create a personalized financial strategy to help you reach your goals. And you can partner long-term to help your strategy stay on track. Contact Caitlin today at 315-5488. Edward Jones, member SIPC.
The Everett difference means we treat everyone with respect and honesty. Our customers know firsthand how that feels.
You are their main focus.
They're all working toward the same common goal, which is providing exceptional customer experience. Everett has earned our trust.
Everett always gives me the best deal. Always.
Everett made it happen.
That's the only place we will ever buy a car from, ever.
We are grateful for the opportunity to serve. Discover the Everett difference for yourself.
Panther fans, it's hard to beat Friday night football in Benton, Arkansas. Each year, our players, coaches, cheerleaders, dance team, and band work countless hours to achieve perfection on the field and become the pride of our hometown. My name is Brian Black, class of '89, and for many years, our team at BCOH Architects has worked hard to make you proud of the town we live in. ACDI, the River Center, Boys and Girls Club, and Benton Event Center are some of our favorite projects. We want to make Benton shine, and we look forward to many more years serving you. Go Panthers!
Hi, I'm Miranda Kirkendall, owner and advanced nurse injector here at Solux Aesthetics in the heart of downtown Benton. I've had the pleasure of serving our community for the last 4 years. At Solux, it's not about changing who you are, it's about making you feel comfortable and confident in your own skin with the results that look natural and true to you. Whether it's Botox, filler, or skin treatment, I focus on results that look fresh, natural, and unique. I'd love for you to stop by and see me at 149 South Market Street or give me a call at 501-249-4177.
All right, welcome back, and we are going to go to our Neo Home Loans MVPs on tonight's Midtown Mechanical postgame show. Terry, give us our offensive MVP.
Well, I think you got to go with Gunnar Deaton. Gunnar had one of his best nights. Boy, he ran the ball so hard. I don't know what his final numbers were for the night, but
he put 12 points.
But he put
on the
two
board.
touchdowns on the
That's
board,
right.
And to me, we needed a tough running back tonight, and he was that guy. He stepped up and made plays, and he would be my vote.
I think we're all in agreement.
Yeah,
yep. Gunnar Deaton, our offensive MVP. Defensively, there was a great debate during the break, and we settled on who, Dio?
Well, we're going to go with Cordell. I mean, it's really hard to name anybody an MVP when your defense gives up 500 yards.
Yeah.
But Cordell made some outstanding plays tonight. I mean, some of those unassisted tackles that he had were, one of them I know was a touchdown saver, and the two picks. I mean, those were two big picks. I just wish we need some other guys to step up on defense because we've been calling these same names, and we're running out of guys to give this to. So hopefully we can see a little bit more.
Yep, Cordell Payne's going to be, and Noah Robertson is going to be one of our senior spotlights because he did play a great game tonight, had a huge sack in the first half.
Yeah, also had a good game. It was in the backfield all night, so yeah.
Yep. So that's our Neo Home Loans MVPs. Gunnar Deaton on offense, Cordell Payne on defense. The Sheridan Yellow Jackets will be here next Friday in the Battle of Highway 35. And, Terry, final words from you tonight.
Well, obviously, still pretty disappointed in our performance tonight. But I went into this game thinking the team that played the most physical was the team that was going to win.
You were right.
And I really have felt like Sylvan Hills was a very physical football team. Thought it was going to be a good matchup for us. I never imagined that they would have that kind of an impact on us at the line of scrimmage the entire game. But they did, and all hats off to them. They came in and earned a huge win for their program, and we'll regroup and hopefully be back and ready for Sheridan next week.
Dio?
Yeah, a little bit of shock. I really didn't. I knew it was going to be a close game. We talked about that at the beginning. I didn't think it would be this close. I figured we'd win 50-30 something. But our defense didn't show up quite like they have all year, and our offense couldn't contend with that defensive line. And so, but it's now in the past. These players, these coaches, everybody's got to just forget about it, prepare for Sheridan. Sheridan's going to be, better than they were last year. We've got to show up, and we can't let this define the rest of our season, plain and simple. And Coach Harris is good about not letting that happen. So.
Yep.
Absolutely.
And look, credit Sylvan Hills. I mean, Mercy Rule the last 2 years, combined score of 97-7, not even remotely competitive. And the turnaround over there is remarkable.
Remarkable is a good word.
4-1 now, Sylvan Hills. And the conference standings are a jumbled mess right now with El Dorado knocking off Marion. El Dorado kind of alone atop the conference.
Yeah.
So it's going to be a fun last half of the season. Is a lot of competitive football ahead of us. So want to invite you to come out to Lost Pizza on Tuesday at 6:30. We're going to recap tonight's game and preview next Friday's Battle of Highway 35. Brad Harris will break it all down for us, and we'll be joined by tonight's Neo Home Loans MVPs, Gunnar Deaton and Cordell Payne, as well as a couple of seniors. Noah Robertson will be one of them that we'll put in the spotlight. If you can't join us in person, you can always stream it each Tuesday at 6:30 on the Benton Football Network YouTube channel. Awesome job tonight by our excellent MM Productions team. Matt Johnson engineered it. Will Tracy directed it. Jonathan Webb was on audio. Evan Garrett and Dallas Hall were behind the cameras for you tonight. For Terry Benham, Justin Ray, and Dio Vanucci, I am Jim Gardner. Thank you so much for joining us tonight for Benton Panther football. And no matter the final score, today and always is a great day to be a Benton Fighting Panther. Tonight's final score, Sylvan Hills 40, Benton 35. Until we greet you here next Friday at home against Sheridan. Good night, God bless, and go Benton.